pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another edition of Granger Lion Playoff Football here on SHN Sports. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Wally Harmon. Today we are live in New Braunfels, Texas. About 20 minutes to go until kickoff. It is the Granger Lions tonight as the home team here on this neutral field versus the Falls City Beavers. When we come back, we'll preview last week's game. We'll talk a little bit about last week's game. We'll preview today's contest. We also had a moment to catch up with both head coaches. Stay with us, friends. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. Welcome back, friends. It is our privilege, honor, and blessing to bring you this edition of Granger Lion Football here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Again, I'm Rob Hipp alongside Wally Harmon. Today it's the Granger Lions, 9-3. They're 3-1 in their conference as they finished, or 3-1 in the district as they finished up district play, of course, now here in the regional round of the playoffs versus the Falls City Beavers, 11-1, 5-0 in their district. They are the number one team in the state of Texas. But before we look at today's game, Wally, you've been on the call versus the first game at Snook, and then Scotty, of course, was on the call just last week in Pearsall, Texas versus Britni. This is a Granger team that a lot of people may have counted them out. They have fought their way through the second half of the season looking very well, and Coach here has done a great job talking about wonderful things going on in the Granger community. We had a chance to catch up with so many people. Excited about this one here today, though, Wally. Good to have you, man.
And it was fun, Rob. I appreciate being here and enjoying the booth with you tonight in this game. I tell you what, watching the team warm up, watching the coaches get excited, you could see the fire from the coaches all the way to the players. And it is. I think the Granger Lions have surprised some people. I think they've come into this, they've got a different look at offense. That offense you don't see every week. You can't scheme for the way they do it. It's hard to teach your practice squad to throw up that scheme and run it like they do. And they came out against Snook and they ran the ball down their throat, passed on key plays for Rhodes running the quarterback there. But then they bring in the surprise.
Started things out this season at Snook. They won that contest easily, 31-18, followed by victories at Frost and Meridian, and then that loss in overtime to Bruceville Eddy back on September the 20th, followed up by another loss versus Anderson Shiro on September the 27th. But then starting to find their rhythm versus Buda Johnson, a 42-27 victory, and versus Iola 32-6. However, that was opening up district play, and then of course lost that second district game at Bremen 14-49. But then after that, it was all wins, and it led us to that first playoff victory in the by-district versus Snook, a 36-12 victory. You were on that call.
And it was a great game. You talk about the way they came out on that one. I got to call that game there in Rockdale, and what a beautiful night it was for football. Granger came out, and the surprise was put on from the beginning. They declined the option to take the kick. They deferred to the second half, and then Coach opens up with an onside kick. They recover, and it just started from there. And Granger just attacked from early on, and I think that you're going to see that tonight. Talking to Coach Brock, they're just excited. They're ready to play. They want to win. They're not supposed to win. I don't think anyone's given them a chance to win. I think you talk to some of these and read some of these articles in Tommy Campbell's the football magazine, that Falls City is supposed to win this game. Granger has nothing to lose, and I think the coaches are ready for that.
Well, as we continue to talk here, 15 minutes to go until we kick things off in this regional 2A playoff matchup. Granger then in the second round. Just last week, Scotty Martin was on that call down in Pearsall, Texas versus Britni. I got to give a shout out to Pearsall. The facilities there, it was a little bit hard for Scotty to find a place in there, but I got to give Pearsall a shout out. They have a beautiful facility. It was hard for Scotty. They found him a spot. He was able to broadcast. We were able to bring that game to you here on SHN Sports. But talking about that in the area round, a 55-15 stamping. It was all Lions in that ball game.
And the Lion offense controlled from the beginning, and I think that's one thing that they did against Snook. They took it on to Britni, and so that's going to be the challenge tonight. And obviously a tougher team, a tougher opponent that everyone says is the best in 2A Division II, and they're going to take it right at them. They're not going to change anything. I think Coach has been pretty specific about that. We're going to take the ball and we're going to run it down their throats, and that's their goal. And we'll see what the Lion defense responds.
Well, we did have a chance to catch up with both head coaches. Before we go into that coaches show with both head coaches, we'll quickly thank some of our sponsors. Stay with us, friends. 14 minutes until kickoff. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
Granger Feed and Supply is proud to support the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. Here's a comment from a customer. The caring and dedicated staff at Granger Feed are wonderful. They take the time to share their knowledge and do whatever research needed to help us with our rescue horses to ensure we get them rehabbed and in the best health possible. They are there with support and encouraging words from my daughters training these horses. They aren't just a feed store, they are a family making a difference in our community. For all of your feed and supply needs, visit Granger Feed and Supply, located at 211 West Davila in Granger. Orton Custom proudly supports the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. We are Orton Custom. With over 10 years of experience in the custom carpentry trade, we provide true craftsmanship for residential and commercial customers. If you're in need of something crafted through pure passion and artisanship, then look no further. We are Orton Custom, and we're here to create heirlooms. Visit Orton Custom online at ortoncustom.com. That's ORTON custom.com. Go Lions! 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to Balfour, Baylor Scott & White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Box Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Spalding, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. These generous corporate sponsors support this extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community, and enjoy the game.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Texas who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Don't miss the UIL State Championships December 18th through the 21st at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tickets are available now through Ticketmaster. For more information, visit uiltexas.org.
Well, welcome back. We are live from New Braunfels, Texas, here at Cougar Stadium. Earlier, before practice got away under the field, Wally Harmon had a chance to catch up with Fall City's Beaver head coach, Bret Hart.
I'm here with Coach Bret Hart of the Fall City Beavers. Coach, a night tonight, third round of the playoffs. We come in against this Granger Lions team. Different weather this week than we've seen the first couple of weeks of playoffs. Anything changing in your preparation for games?
Well, it's the weather has kind of lit up just a little bit. You know, we don't have as much rain. We've got a little bit of a fog, and it looks like it's going to lift. Got a little bit of wind that just came in. So, you know, if you're playing it this late in the game and you're going in the end of November, going in December, if you don't play in bad weather or cold weather, then you're not in the playoffs. So, you know, this I think it's going to be a good environment tonight. I think it's going to be good weather, but at the same time, that turf is a little bit wet, so we just got to make sure that we hold on to football.
Coming in tonight, Granger comes in 9-3 on the season. It's your third opponent. You had a big win last weekend against Chilton. What are you looking for tonight? What do you got to do tonight?
Well, offensively, we've got to really just hang on to the football and do what we do and make sure we don't have any turnovers. Defensively, you know, they come out with they're very well coached. They come out with a lot of multiple formations. We're going to have to be able to stop their running back, or stop their quarterback with the multiple formation. We got to make sure that we line up correctly. They do some things different that we haven't seen in about probably 5 or 6 weeks. So make no mistake about it. You know, they're a very formidable opponent. Got lots of tradition. Their coaching staff does a great job, and just looking forward to a real good game tonight.
All right, Coach, one last thing. What are the keys to victory for the Beavers tonight? What do you have to do to go on to that next round?
Well, number one, we got to take care of the football. Defensively, we got to wrap up on their running game. Special teams could play a big part in this just because of the wet turf, making sure that we catch the ball on the run on their punts, making sure we field it on the kickoffs and kickoff returns. But should be a good night tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Rob, that's with Coach Bret Hart.
Well, again, that was Coach Bret Hart of the Fall City Beavers. We also had a chance to catch up with Granger Lions head coach Walt Brock. Rob Hipp here down on the field pregame with head coach of the Granger Lions, Walt Brock. Coach, third round of the playoffs here is facing a very tough Fall City team. Kind of the mindset heading into this game.
Our mindset is, you know, they've got their strength is their line, but our mindset is we're healthy and we're going to win. That's our mindset. We're going to go out there and give it everything we've got. And their offensive line and defensive line are their strength. It doesn't matter who they are, which one it is. They've got a bunch of them, but they're just big kids, and you can't let them get their hands on you. And so that's our whole mindset, to cut them and to get after it.
Coach, last two questions here. One I want to ask you real quick. How proud of this team has you been this year? You know, a lot of folks may have written off Granger early on, but they have came back. They have proven themselves yet again. Another great year for these kids. Talk about how happy and how impressed you've been with this set of guys this year.
Oh, definitely. You know, if you go back to last year, we graduated 13 seniors, and we went to the third round just injured as could be. And so to have all these young guys here and to be back in the third round, I couldn't be more proud. You know, there are people that said we couldn't win 2 games, or people said we could win 5, and we just get after it. And I'm so proud. You know, we got that Granger grit. We get after it. And, you know, from Carlos Reina being a senior leader and Thomas Rose now being a junior, his third year to be a quarterback, and young guys like DJ McClellan and Donnie Cantwell and linemen like Dwayne Guida and Bruce Slay. It's just been a lot of fun. These guys are awesome.
Coach, final question. Keys to victory in this one tonight.
Yeah, we got to cut we got to cut them down. We got to get after it. We got to be physical. We got to be more physical than they are, and we can't be intimidated. I think a lot of times teams that are big or teams that are ranked high, they win because of intimidation, and we're not going to be intimidated. We're going to get after it and give our best.
Coach, we're
finish strong.
Yes, sir. We're excited about this one. A huge blessing to Granger. Awesome to have you here. We appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Well, once again, you just heard from both head coaches there as we talked to head coach Walt Brock of the Granger Lions, as well as the Fall City Beavers coach, head coach Bret Hart. Coach Bret Hart, in his 5th year, started at this Fall City program in 2015. He is 56-11. That is a phenomenal season in 5 years versus Fall City. Again, a team that we talk about that's number 1 ranked in the state of Texas. We'll talk a little bit more about them here in just a few moments. So as far as the Granger Lions, of course, under head coach Walt Brock, in his 3rd season, he won't be outdone. A phenomenal head coaching career here at Granger as well, 25-11. I got to talk about the Granger community before we dig into this one. Such wonderful folks. I had an opportunity to go down there on Wednesday. Of course, I'm from Georgetown. A lot of wonderful people there, and we've played some of those sponsors already. And you've got to know some of the community as well, Wally. It's a great place to be. I really enjoyed it. I think I went to everybody in town.
I think it's the epitome of small-town Texas. They want to back their team. They want to back these kids, and it's just awesome to see. This community is behind this team. You know, Coach said one thing, Rob. 13 seniors and not healthy into the third round last year, and he's right back to the third round with a healthy younger team. And you got to be impressed with the effort this community has gotten behind this team. A crowd showing up tonight right after Thanksgiving. It's just exciting to see, and you got to love the people of Granger just coming out and doing everything to support these young men.
Well, the Granger Lions in their purple uniforms this evening, of course, purple on both sides as far as their jerseys as well as their pants with the yellow numbers. It's a little bit hard to see up here too because it was foggy earlier. It's humid as the warm front is kind of blown through now, and there's a lot of fog on the windows, but we're going to get through this one. But the Granger Lions just moments ago ran down to their side of the field. Several players carrying flags, one of them the Texas flag, another one the Granger Lions team flag, and then the United States flag as well. And the kids down there taking a knee and saying a prayer as well. It's one thing I love about small football, and this, maybe the division is small, but this community has a big heart of town that's over 1,500 people. We talk about a Fall City town that's about a third of that, and the Granger Lions fan and the Granger faithful here. And you also got to give credit to Fall City across the way. That town just to the southwest or southeast of San Antonio. A lot of folks made their way here. A little bit of a farther journey, I believe, for Fall City than it was for Granger.
A little bit more. And, you know, their excitement, they're number one. They're expected to be the winners. Granger comes out, travels well, and as these teams prep, they get to play in a big school stadium, a beautiful complex there at New Braunfels Canyon. And so the atmosphere is set for these two schools to go at it.
Well, please join us as we honor our country through the playing of our country's national anthem. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. A beautiful playing of our country's national anthem. That was actually the Granger Lion Band playing that national anthem. We'll quickly go over the Granger Lions offense. Again, 9-3 this season and 3-1 in their district. At quarterback, the junior, number 11, Thomas Rhodes. At wide receiver is a senior, number 8, Wyatt Bolding. At wide receiver, a sophomore, number 4, Johnny Ryder. He is the lead receiver on this team. In 11 games, 17 receptions for 372 yards. At tight end, a senior, number 14, Nathan Flores. At running back, a senior, number 2, Carlos Reyna, the lead rusher on the team. 12 games, 228 carries for over 1,500 yards. And then in that slot halfback position, a senior, number 21, Carlos Garza. That big line up front for the Granger Lions. We'll start with the left tackle, number 64, the senior, Jake Kamenkow. At left guard, a junior, number 55, Noe Gayton. At center, a senior, number 72, Bruce Lay. At right guard, a senior, number 77, Ryan Gaswin. And at right tackle, a junior, number 74, Dwayne Guida. That is your offense, and we have the coin flip going on now, Wally.
The captains for your Granger Lions. At number 2, Carlos Reyna, the senior. Number 11, Thomas Rhodes. Number 14, Nathan Flores. And number 72, Bruce Lay. And they represent we're on the near side of the field for us tonight. The captains meeting out at the center. Just, you can tell the excitement. The crowd enjoying everything being announced. It's just, you love the atmosphere. And just excited to get this game underway.
For the Granger Lions defense this afternoon, we'll start with a 3 up front. They run a 3-4 defense. A defensive end, junior, number 74, Dwayne Guida. At nose guard, a junior, number 55, Noe Gayton. At defensive end, number 72, a senior, it's Bruce Lay. And then those 4 linebackers, a senior, number 14, Nathan Flores. He is the lead tackler on the team with over 100 and 104 this season. Also a linebacker, the freshman, number 3, DJ McClellan, the second leading tackler on the team. At linebacker, senior, number 21, Carlos Garza. And then also linebacker, senior, number 8, Wyatt Bolding. Then the safeties, number 2, a senior, Carlos Repa. Also a safety, the sophomore, number 4, Johnny Ryder. At cornerback, sophomore, number 22, Donnie Cantwell. And then last but certainly not least, a senior, number 7, cornerback, Jacob Klaus. That is your starting lineups for the Granger Lions. We'll talk more about Fall City starting lineups as this game starts. We are about to kick off here in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. I'm Rob Hipp with Wally Harmon. And Wally, that coin flip has happened.
It looks like the Granger Lions have taken the ball. They want to start with the ball on offense, give Thomas Rhodes, the quarterback, a chance to start it out with this running game for the Lions and try to put some pressure on early against the Fall City Beavers.
Well, the Fall City Beavers, in their program history, won state title back in 2010. They've been in the state championship 2 times. They have 34 playoffs under their belts. And we go back to 2018. They were 14-1, 5-0 in district. They lost the state semifinal last year. They were 11-3 in 2017, lost in the quarterfinal. Back in 2016, 8-5. They lost in the regional and also lost in the regional back in 2015 as well for the Granger Lions. Of course, you know them well. That championship team in 1997 in their 1 state title appearance. They have been in 28 playoff appearances. And then we go back to last year by district versus Louise. They won that game 29-23. In the area round, they were victorious 40-36. And then that regional versus Burton, they lost 47-7. Well, they lost the opening game of the season versus Snook. They went undefeated until the regional. Then this is a very tough Granger Lion team. They are set here tonight. 2A high school football action on a Friday night live from New Braunfels, Texas. Wally, going to be a fun one here, buddy. I'm excited to be in the booth with you, partner.
And we'll see what Fall City does. They did a lot of work on their kickoff, and the opening kickoff comes to the near sideline. And they'll see how it gets fielded.
This one rolls back into the end zone. There is a whistle and a touchback, and we should start things here from the 25-yard line. That kick into the direction of Johnny Ryder. So Granger will have it first, going from left to right. They'll go against the wind. We talked about just how strong that wind was. Wally, you and I were down on the field. A lot of players slipping, tripping up a little bit during their pregame warm-ups.
The wet surface is going to be a factor. And let's see what Granger does. Now with the running game, you're going into the wind the first quarter. Take advantage of that and keep control of the ball.
We're underway. 12-minute quarters, of course, no score. The early handoff to the left side. It's to Carlos Repa. Repa cuts the angle across the 35, and he's got a first down of 11 yards up to the 36-yard line. That's a way to run it out of the gut, starting things on the left side by this powerful Granger Lion offense.
That Carlos Repa, very dangerous running back, the lead rusher for the Lions. It does a great job out of the box. If he can get to the outside, he has some deceptive speed, and when he kicks it on, Rob, he can take it all the way.
Of course, back there, Johnny Ryder as well in 11 games here in this season. Johnny Ryder will line up. 2 receivers grouped to the left as Rhodes going to keep it here to the left side across the 40. Another healthy gain of 4 yards up to the 40-yard line. Brings up second down and a long 6. 11:45 to go here in the opening quarter. No score.
A lot of trust put in to the quarterback Rhodes on this run-pass option. A lot of schemes run out of the formations that they run, but he does a good job of deciding when to pull it and when not to pull it. And now here comes Rhodes out of the game. He looks like he lost his helmet, has to sit a play.
Yeah, Rhodes heads over to the sideline. Again, we're up here in the broadcast booth at Cougar Stadium around the 40-yard line. Rhodes will come off and set a play after his helmet came off. And second down and 6 coming up. A little bit of time here as head coach Brock talking things over with Johnny Ryder on the right side of the field. We look at Fall City as far as they line up on the defensive side of things with 4 up front. Granger will break out of the huddle. Second down and 6 for the Lions. 2 receivers grouped closely up to the left, in motion from top to bottom, and a whistle will blow here before this one gets started.
It looked like the Beavers lined up in the 4-3 defense. And a false start penalty, Rob, on the Lions, so it's going to push them back down and make it a long second down instead of a short, a mid-range 2nd and 6.
Well, we were hoping to bring you some of the official calls from the field tonight, but the band is playing, and hey, it sounds beautiful, so we'll enjoy it. We'll take it tonight. Big shout out again to the Granger Lion Band. As you know, you talked about This isn't a very big band, but these kids come out here with a lot of soul. They play loud. It's a great group of kids.
You'd love to see the small schools get involved in all aspects of this game and the competition.
2nd and 11 after the back. The handoff here to Carlos Reyna. Reyna again to the left side. However, a flag flies around the 40-yard line, and we'll see if that's holding. It usually is in that area.
Reyna's quick to get outside, Rob, but it's going to be a key tonight to watch for the Granger Lion offense and the receivers is to make sure they get a clean block away and not punish the bonus run there by Reyna.
Well, 2 back-to-back penalties for the Granger Lions after their very first play. This drive started on their own 25-yard line after the kick went into the end zone. And they'll back the ball up. They got a first down on that very first play, but Wally, they back it right back to the 25. It's going to bring up 2nd down and probably Granger from here.
Exactly, and you'll watch all night. Rhodes will come over to Coach Brock on the sideline and get the play. The Lions like to burn this clock. They run the clock along with this running offense.
2nd and 11, actually longer than that. Rhodes will step back, receivers down, breaks through defenders and slides, takes a dive. They'll mark him down up to the 33, maybe the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and very long here for Granger.
Yeah, it'll be it looks about 3rd and 15 now. They've got to get all the way to the 46-yard line. But with those penalties, it's a good job there of Rhodes at least reading that, not taking a sack. But it still keeps for a long 3rd down. Not what you want to do is get behind the chains this early in the ballgame.
And Rhodes is coming over play after play here to talk things over with head coach Walt Brock. He'll quickly head back into the huddle. 10:06 to go in the opening quarter. No score. Granger has the ball. First possession of the night, moving from left to right. 3rd down and 14. 2 receivers to the left, 1 lone lion down to the right. Delayed handoff in the backfield to Carlos Reyna, and he tracks through 2 defenders, maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Great defense by Fall City. Read it beautifully, and the Lions are going to be forced to punt here on their opening drive.
The right side of that Beavers defense read it perfectly, got out, made Reyna turn around, and then the rest of the defense came in on him, and Reyna just did a good job to at least get back to the line of scrimmage, but going to force a punt in the first possession here for the Lions.
So Granger set to punt this one away. As we will see, I had Johnny Ryder down as the punter here. If that's still the case, he'll punt from left to right. Snap on. Ryder will punt this one. Got in the face of a defender, able to get this one away. A short punt, takes a bounce, and rolls to around the 48-yard line. That's going to be great field position to start things.
Rob, the first special teams play of the game is a punt, and it only goes for about 20 yards for the Lions into the strong south wind, and so that's going to be a key to watch. Trying to get better field position, not get these penalties stacked up so Fall City doesn't result in some good starting field position.
Fall City led by their quarterback Jackson Pipes in 12 games, 85 for 130 and 5, 1,500 yards, and a quick out to the right side and a healthy run by Brady Lissy. He is going to be the one to keep an eye on tonight. A first down deep into Granger territory. This young man entering tonight with over 1,800 yards on the ground, and that's going to help his numbers here on first down.
He accounts for 38.3% of the Beavers' offensive production every game, Rob. So you're going to be a big component there for the Lions to stop tonight.
Brings up first down and 10 on the Granger 36. Again to Lissy in the backfield. Boy, he tries to leap over, kicks a player. Oh, my goodness. Acrobat starting early here. The coaching staff is frustrated with that play on the Granger side. Young man ran up and put a foot out right in the chest of the numbers of a Granger Lion, and it's a first down to the 23-yard line. My goodness. It brings up first down and 10 on the 23. Handoff again. Lissy once again through defenders. Now this is another running back here for Fall City. That was Grant Yendris.
Yeah.
Grant Yendris, another phenomenal player here for Fall City. So Yendris close to another first down. He may have picked up 6 here on the play. Brings up actually 7, second down and 3. Quick hurry up offense. Yendris again just plowing through Granger defenders like a tow truck or a plow truck, and he's down to the 5-yard line.
And that's one thing, Rob, the running game for Fall City, they don't hide it. They will bring all angles at you. Lissy, Yendrich, just a dual running attack, plus the quarterback Pipes will do his share of keeping the ball.
Quick in the tempo, first down and goal for Fall City. It's Yendrich again, and this time he is tackled from behind. A great job there by Dwayne Gaida on the play to save the touchdown. Only a gain of a couple. Brings up second down and goal from the 2.
Lissy, taller, more athletic, slender. Yendrich, shorter, stockier, bigger build. Tough to bring down.
Second down and goal. Pitch over, this time to the right side, and in for the 2-yard touchdown is Brady Lissy. Just like that, Fall City on the board first and early. 7:39 to go here in the first quarter.
And, Rob, it didn't look like they thought about passing that ball one time on that drive. Quick tempo. They turn around, hand it off, get it to Lissy, get it to Yendrich, and downfield they go.
The extra point kick here in just a few moments. They'll go for the extra point kicks. And with those kicking duties up on its way off the right toe, it is Brandon Muchigamba, and he's got the extra point. 7-0 your score. We'll step aside briefly as Fall City with the lead. 7-0, 7:39 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Gina's Kwik Pantry is honored to support the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. Gina's Kwik Pantry in Granger congratulates the Lions on a great season and wishes them good luck in the playoffs. When you need fuel, snacks, and convenience items, nobody knows Granger better than Gina. That's Gina's Kwik Pantry in Granger. Go Lions!
Welcome back live from Cougar Stadium in New Braunfels, Texas. Moments ago, a drive that started out for Fall City on their own 48-yard line, capped off by a 2-yard rush by Lissy. 7-0 your score. A good return here for Granger on the kickoff, and this one may go to the house. Running is Johnny Ryder, and Ryder's got the score for Granger on the kickoff. Boy, that's the way to respond. Johnny Ryder said, "Come on, baby," and brought it early. But, Wally, as you just pointed out, there's a flag back at the 43.
Nervous that it may be an illegal block in the back or a hold. Ryder fielded that ball at the 3-yard line, didn't let it go over his head in for the touchback. And, man, a great return, hopefully.
Johnny Ryder had a nice angle there on that right side, but this one definitely coming back. Coach Brock telling his team, let's run back, guys, don't walk. And he is talking things over now with the official down on the field. Tonight's referee, by the way, here in this ball game is Robert Gutierrez, the chapter out of Houston, Texas, by the way, the chain gang out of San Antonio this evening.
And Johnny Ryder is one of the players that you got to watch here on this Granger Lion team. Just a sophomore, but he will do many things for this team. He's the leading receiver. He rushes the ball off and on, and when he goes to quarterback, he runs the Wildcat offense. And then right there, he showed us the ability he has to get out into open field, make a couple of men miss, and make a dent in this special teams part of the game as well.
What it could have been, as you saw it just as I did, unfortunately that hold is going to set it back to the 36-yard line on Granger's side. That would have been about a 90-yard return by Johnny Ryder. That's the way to respond, but the penalty going to bring him back. Granger back on the field for the second time this afternoon. 7:25 to go in the first quarter as Fall City leading 7-0. Granger will start this drive from their own 36-yard line, moving from left to right. Granger in the gun, a little trickeration. I talked about this earlier. When we see it, Ryder passes back on the double pass to Thomas Rhodes, and Rhodes across the 40 to the left side. He's got a first down, still on his feet, across the 50-yard line, down to, we'll see where they mark him. The line judge has him down up to around the 47-yard line. Wally, before this game we were talking, I said, does this Granger Lion team show a little trickeration? They did right there.
Well, they did, and of course, who was involved in it in the middle of it? Johnny Ryder, the sophomore. What a great job there. When he lined up in the back of that little 4 diamond over here on the near side, Rob, you had to think something is up here. You throw it to him in a backwards lateral, you give him all kinds of opportunity to throw down the field, to throw back to Thomas Rhodes, and he did a great job there, Rhodes running the ball for that first down.
Talk about Johnny Ryder, only a sophomore on this team. Thomas Rhodes, a junior, entering today's game just under 1,000 yards. Granger 1st and 10. They've actually got it on their own 49. Handoff here to Reyna and nowhere to go. Reyna is stopped for about a loss of 1 on the play. He was tracing that left hash mark.
That big defensive line steps up. Coach Brock talked about it. Their defensive line is one of their strengths, and right there they showed it. They came in, crashed in, and didn't give Reyna any room to run. and bring up a long second down now for the Lions.
So again, 6:48 to go here in the first quarter. Fall City, the Beavers, leading 7-0. Granger on their second possession of the afternoon. This drive started on their own 36, now up to their own 48. In the gun is Rhodes, trips in a triangle to the right. Rhodes will roll to the right. Being chased by a defender, through two defenders. Rhodes on his feet across the 50. He'll dive down into Fall City territory at the 48-yard line. Great opportunity avoiding the sack, getting up to the 48.
Tayanta, a big gentleman, number 78, got a beat on Rhodes there. Rhodes did a good job of making him miss and turn it into positive yards.
It brings up 3rd down and 6. Granger 0 for 1 on 3rd downs here this afternoon. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Fall City with the lead, 7-0. Granger again on their second possession of the afternoon. They'll send 2 receivers out to the left. It's Wyatt Bolding alongside Johnny Ryder. Rhodes in the gun, a back offset to his left. Looking to pass, chased by 2. Heaves this one up into the air dangerously, and it's almost caught, but it's incomplete at the 25-yard line.
Rhodes, the lefty, they roll him out, get him an opportunity, and the pressure still came from that defensive line. The Beavers' defensive line getting some early movement there and early penetration on the offensive line of the Lions and putting that pressure on Rhodes, which is forcing him to make some decisions that maybe he's not want to make so quickly.
Well, he threw it into the direction of Johnny Ryder. I said dangerously, but Ryder's able to make plays, but he did throw it into the defense of 2 players, and that's when your quarterback trusts your receiver. Go up and make the play. It actually went into his hands, wasn't able to hold on to it, and Granger going to be forced to punt here from their own 48. They'll stand, though, from the 48 of Fall City. They'll stand around their own 42, and it is a fake punt as Johnny Ryder, and he'll be tackled all the way down to the 41-yard line.
Grant Yendrish gets the pressure, doesn't let Ryder get outside of him, tries to put him back in, and Yendrish makes the tackle. Turnover on downs now into Granger territory for the Beavers. Not what you want to give this offense early on in this ball game.
Well, Fall City will start with excellent field position now from the Granger 41. And we'll step aside for just a few moments. Stay with us, friends. Your score 7-0. We'll be right back here in just a few moments after this.
And do an awesome job for a fair price. Highly recommend. They have worked on several of my tractors. They are a superior tractor mechanic and are honest and reasonable. Precision Ag is the go-to place for tractor repairs in Central Texas. I do recommend. I trust their work. These are just a few online reviews about Precision Ag in Granger. When you need repairs on all makes and models of tractors and farm equipment, Precision Ag Repair can help. Visit them in Granger at 208 West Davila Street or search on Facebook Precision Ag Repair. Go Lions!
Back in action here, Fall City 1st down and 10 from the Granger 41 over to the right side, and a lot of running room there for Adam Lissy. Another 1st down, and Coach Brock is going to take a quick timeout. We'll step aside. We'll take a timeout as well. Stay with us, friends. 7-0 your score. Fall City with the lead and the ball when we come back.
Big B's Meat Market and Grocery in Granger. We cut and grind our meat fresh every day, 7 days a week. We make a variety of sausages, from dry ready-to-eat sausages to raw roast, as well as smoked pork sausage. We also smoke our own bacon. We have lunch specials Monday through Saturday. Come on by Big B's Meat Market and Grocery, located at 204 East Davila, or find us on Facebook at Big B's Meat Market and Grocery. Go Lions!
Welcome back. 1st down and 10 for Fall City from the Granger 24. The handoff to the left side, and a great stop by the Granger defense It was Wyatt Bolding coming up with the play, and the Fall City player there a little slow to get up. That is, that's their star on the field there, Brady Lissy, and he taking a while to get up.
And now the coaches come out. If the coaches are on the field and you got staff on the field, Lissy's going to have to come out for a play at least. He did come up gingerly. It was a great play by Wyatt Bolding to close it down. And once he got his hands on Lissy, he was not letting go. That is a big running back, and he did not give up on that. Held him to no gain. Brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Beavers.
2nd down and 10 for Fall City. Type formation here. Only one receiver up to the right. 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. And tracing through defenders on this play and going in for the score, it is Darian Lopez, the junior, and that is a touchdown. Call it 21 yards on the play.
What a nice run. Totally different look right there from Lopez. He's smaller, quicker, and he hit that hole, and no one could get a hand on him until about the 3-yard line. And at that point, there was no bringing Lopez down. He punches it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, Darian Lopez in his 12 games here, 593 yards on the ground, picking up his 3rd touchdown of the season. The extra point kick is up and good. 14-0 your score, 5:02 to go here in the first quarter. We'll step aside. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. Well, back in action here. Sorry, we're having a little bit of internet issues up here in New Braunfels as the kickoff just a few moments ago by Fall City. They are leading 14-0 with 4:48 to go here in the ball game in the first quarter. You brought up a good point while we were getting things reset up here about the penalties for Granger, Wally.
Yeah, the holding on that kickoff changes game from 7-7, and then the Lions had to start at their own 36. The fake punt gets stopped, and now it's 14-0. One big penalty there totally changed the aspect of the ball game for the Lions early here in the first quarter. As we were away, the kickoff, they changed it up a little bit. Muchi Gamba kicked it shorter to the up-back McClellan. He fields it and gets taken down at the 25-yard line, and that's where the Lions started. Coach Brock is out on the field and livid. On the first down play, Thomas Rhodes hits Ryder for about a 15-yard, 20-yard play, and a first down, and another flag came out, and now Coach Brock is out almost to the near side hash marks, wanting to talk to the referee, and not happy.
Well, Granger didn't really feel that penalties were going to be a problem in this game. The keys to victory, cut them down, just really be physical here in this ball game, and don't be intimidated. But so far, really the difference maker has been these penalties. Coach Brock is talking things over now with the referee here at the field around the 20-yard line. Again, 14-0, Fall City with the lead, 4:48 to go here in the first quarter. On a night that started out, or a day that started out chilly in the 40s, and we talked about that warm front blowing in, warming things up to around 70 here later tonight. That's crazy to think, the way the weather works here, that's the way it goes.
And I believe before we came back up, after talking to Coach Brock and Coach Hart, it was 73, 74 degrees down on the field, and so quite the temperature change for these kids. And Coach Brock, his temperature has to be well above room temperature. He is livid right now as the Lions are now backed up all the way to the 12.
Well, I think his temperature is what's causing these windows to fog up here in our booth, and he has every right to be because you just mentioned it. The ball backs up. Another drive that started out on their own 25, now backed up for Granger all the way to their 12-yard line. Again, moving from left to right. I talked earlier that we would have those starting lineups for Fall City. Unfortunately, didn't have a chart for them, and so we'll just call players as we see them. You do have a cornerback out there that's playing a little double play, of course, Brady Lissy. That man and a lot of these kids on both sides. On a 1st and 23, handoff to Vrana, right side, stopped immediately, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Great sportsmanship on that play after the tackle, as it was Grant Yendrush there, and you got to give him credit for the sportsmanship.
Hey, Lindrich and who else? Lissy, right there beside Yendrush, not letting Vrana get to that sideline and up the sideline. It looked like he took the direct snap there, Rob, and so another third different look for the Lions early on in the game. Rhodes at quarterback, Ryder by a quarterback for a play. Now Vrana at quarterback on the direct snap to Vrana. So anything coming out of the bag here early for Coach Brock and the Lions.
DJ McClellan will come off of the field. It is 2nd down and 21. Over to the left side, trying to dive forward on that left hash mark is Johnny Ryder. And again, not much on it. Positive yards, maybe one. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like around the 17-yard line for Granger. It'll bring up another third down. That's where they've struggled, but the penalties are costing them, forcing them in these third down situations.
And we didn't see what penalty was called here after the first down pass to Ryder. It would have had them up to their own 45, but the ball went from the 25-yard line back to the 12. So it had to be a 15-yard type of penalty, just cut short based on the red zone back behind the 20. But the Lions constantly being put into long, extended situations behind the chains.
Third down and 18 from their own 17 from left to right. Under center this time is Rhodes. He'll pitch back on a sweep back to Rhodes. Looking, great protection. Heaves one right side of the field, and this ball is almost intercepted just in front of the 40-yard line. The intended receiver on the play was Carlos Reyna. Good protection there, and another fourth down for Granger.
They'll be forced to punt, and a key here, still with 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first quarter, they've got to punt into this strong south wind, and the flag on the south end of the field is just sticking straight up into this gust. So a key point here for the Granger Lions, trying not to give the Beavers good field position again.
Lissy back to receive the Ryder punt. This is a low grounding punt. Takes a roll, and it will roll up to the Granger, call it the 46-yard line. Excellent field position yet again for Fall City. 3:43 to go in the first quarter. The Beavers lead 14-0. They've got the ball first down and 10, moving from right to left.
Surprised how that punt did not hit anybody getting through the line. I don't think it got 3 feet off the ground on Ryder's punt. But a lucky bounce there for the Lions to at least get it to almost midfield to make the Beavers have to work a little bit here in their third possession.
Quickly to the line, first down and 10. This drive will start from the Granger 45. And a penalty flag and a false start. That may be one of the first penalties we've seen against Fall City on Adam Lissy.
Looks like he jumped there on the left tight end slot here. He lunged forward a little bit too quick, and the defensive line of the Lions quick to point out the early movement.
Back to the 50-yard line now, first down and 15 for Fall City. Pipes in the gun. Trying to see if that is Pipes. No, he is actually under center. Will roll back, passes over left side too high, and it's incomplete to Grant Yendrich.
Yendrich is dangerous. Rob, we were talking about that young man will touch the ball. He'll run out of the backfield in the fullback set, and he's a tight end that will break out just like that. And if he gets a hold of the ball, he's tough to bring down. Short, stocky, bigger player, and carries quite the punch with him.
Yeah, Yender's 341 yards on the receiving end. He fares better on receiving as far as touchdowns. He's got 4 this season. On a second down and 15, over to the right side, it's Lissy again, and continuing to truck his way forward, plowing through defenders to the right side, and Lissy all the way down on the right side to around the 15-yard line. That young man is hard to be stopped, and whistles are blowing here, and I don't believe there was any laundry on the field, and it's a first down. A helmet came off from a Granger player. He'll have to come over to the sideline. That Granger player with the helmet coming off, Carlos Garza, the senior, and coming into the game is Jake Kemenkow, the senior as well.
A great job there by Cantwell to at least track down Lissy to save the touchdown.
Fall City, first and 10 from the Granger 14. Again, it's Lissy. Again, a big hole to the left side, trying to shake a defender, and easily in for the score. 3:16 to go in the first quarter, and Fall City all over this one early, 20-0.
You can tell why this young man, Lissy, accounts for 38.6% of this offensive output. That young man is deceptively quick. He is tall, he's athletic, and he's not afraid to leave his speed. We saw that earlier, that first drive. He jumped thinking the defender was going low and put a spike in about the chest of the defender.
Trying to make it 21-0 after the extra point attempt. This one bounces off the bottom of the upright, and it's no good. I thought it was going to roll in after it hit the bottom. No good. 20-0. Again, with 3:16 to go. We'll keep things right here. Wally, that last drive for Fall City happened in about 30 seconds. It started out on the Granger 45, capped off by a 15-yard touchdown run to Lissy. Lissy looks like a diesel truck out there. He is plowing his way through defenders. There hasn't been an answer for him yet this afternoon.
A big senior and a big part of this offense, a big part of the defense. As we saw, he came back out playing the defensive back area, and so going to be a challenge. That's the challenge that Coach Brock was talking about. We've got to hit him and knock him down. And Lissy is showing that it is very hard to knock him down. He is quite an athletic specimen out here in this field. And you saw him warming up. He's a bigger kid, but he is super athletic and not afraid to welcome any contact.
So again, 3:16 to go here in the opening quarter. It has been all Falls City, 20-0. Again, welcome into the broadcast booth. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Wally Harmon, bringing you this regional round of the playoffs here on SHN Sports in 2A. The wind still whipping out there as it blows the ball off of the tee, and Falls City will have to reset it. They'll kick from right to left. Falls City in their white jerseys, blue pants, numbers in blue, and the metallic blue helmets. This is a short punt, and Granger fumbles it. Falls City may have fallen on it on the 35.
It was like the front line of the kick return team didn't even look to try to field it. They leapt it for the second line, and they watched it hit the ground, and that ball is hard to hold on to.
Well, luckily, Granger, the indication, we heard it from the fans, and now the official, is it is Granger football. So thankfully there, the Lions able to fall down on that, trying to find some rhythm here on the offense. They've only picked up a couple of first downs in this game. They've struggled from third down, but Wally, it's been the penalties. That has been the nail-biter here for these Granger Lions early in this game.
It is everything that has been just at the Achilles heel right now of the Lions. These penalties that get them behind the chains. They're not even giving themselves a chance for a normal first, second, and third down to get the first down. It's first and 20, second and 20, second and 15. And so hopefully some change here as they start out their own 35.
A little bit better field position here for Granger. First and 10, Rhodes has the snap, and the ball is fumbled. And able to fall back down onto that ball. I think it was fumbled. Vrana got back on it. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. It's wet down there on the field.
Wyatt Bolding jumped on the loose ball. Not sure if they called it a fumble or not. It looks like it based on the spot because Rhodes dove forward to about the 38. But the ball being spotted back at the 36 where Wyatt Bolding fell on it. I think this may be the quarterback, Thomas Rhodes, that's down on the field for the Granger Lions. The staff out to check on him as the play has been blown dead here.
There is an injured Granger Lion. Second down and 9 coming up. Again, 3:03 to go in the first quarter. Falls City leading 20-0. Granger on their 4th possession of the afternoon. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. When we come back, Granger has the ball. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
Since 1972, Longhorn Title is committed to serving the real estate needs of Williamson County. Our owners live here, work here, and support local charities and schools. At Longhorn Title, we're large enough to serve, but small enough to care. Visit longhorntitle.com for more information. Go Lions!
Welcome back. 3:03 to go here in the first quarter. Falls City leading 20-0. Granger with the ball, moving from left to right, facing a second down and 9. It was Thomas Rhodes that was injured on that play. And I didn't see, Wally, if he was back out there or not.
Now, Johnny Ryder in at quarterback now for the Lions.
So Johnny Ryder, a 53% quarterback, will roll to the right side, trying to get blocks up front. Ryder stopped for a loss back around the 34-yard line. And once again, it was Brady Lissy making the tackle. He has been the story here in this ball game.
And now Ryder gets up limping. He took a shot to the thigh there by Lissy. What a great tackle. Great job staying outside, trying to force Ryder back into the middle of the field. And here comes Rhodes back out for the Lions.
Good to see Thomas Rhodes back out there. Johnny Ryder, quarterbacked in 11 games this season. He's 9 of 17, 53%, only 105 yards, averages just over 6 a pass. 2:09 to go. Granger trailing 0-20. Third down and 10 from their own 35, moving from left to right on that right hash mark. Pass, it's tipped at the line and incomplete. Great penetration up front by Falls City. Able to get a hand up on that ball and swat it down. It was McCade Hartman, the senior.
So a great job there of the defensive line. They get that early push against the offensive line. Hartman gets his hand up, bats the ball down, and forces another Lions punt. So another situation where a penalty set them back again. And they can't get out of their own way right now. We want to get out of this first quarter, switch into the field, and try something new.
Johnny Ryder set to punt this one away. Lissy back to receive. He'll stand on his own 40. Ryder. This punt a lot better than the last one. Will sail high, takes a bounce in the favor of Granger on the right hash mark up to around the 25-yard line. That's a good punt there by Johnny Ryder. That'll set up first down and 10 for the Beavers, leading 20-0 with 1:46 to go in the first quarter.
I tell you what, you see another side of Brady Lissy. He's now back returning punts, and he did that during the year, return punts as well. And so an all-around athlete for this team that's a key component. You've got to focus on him and get him stopped in the running back part of the game to get them off the board.
Fourth possession of the afternoon for Fall City, starting on their own 25. It is a pass over to the right side. Jackson Pipes has to throw it away, incomplete. Really hasn't been a passing game this afternoon. It's been the running game, or this evening, it's been the running game of Adam Lissy. That one incomplete, second down and 10.
Only the second attempted pass of the night for the Beavers. The first one incomplete when he overthrew Janasek. That one, he made a smart decision by Pipes to get rid of it out of bounds, to not take a sack, not any lost yards, and give the Beavers a good second down here.
Second down and 10, moving from right to left are the Beavers from their own 25. And the gun is... the gun there, they're changing. Oh, it's Pipes. Pipes will pass in the flats over to the right side. Has his receiver. It is Carson Juke, and Juke has enough for a first down all the way up to the 42-yard line.
Almost like an inside receiver screen. He came in towards the inner part of the field and got hit quickly there by Pipes. Cut it up, and that quick deceptive speed and a smaller player, hard to get your hands on him.
Juke, a senior, over 300 yards entering this game, 5 touchdowns through the air on first and 10 from their own 42. On the left side, yet again, it is Lissy, and Lissy on his way into Granger territory. He cannot be stopped all the way down to the 32-yard line. It was Donnie Cantwell making the tackle.
I tell you what, you see Lissy has deceptive speed. Several of the Lions reaching out, trying to get their hands on him, and by that time, Lissy's already by.
53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Quick pass, Pikes over to the right side in the flats, has his receiver. Almost brought down at the 30, but able to stay on his feet and power his way forward up to around the 28-yard line.
Pass completed to Cody Arisola. Bigger wide receiver there and hard to bring down. He got hit early, but powered forward for about 3 more yards.
Second down and 6 from the Granger 28. Pipes, empty backfield, right side pass up. This one is caught for the, it's incomplete. They say he didn't catch it. It was in the direction of Carson Juke. Great protection in the secondary by Granger, Carlos Reyna and company, able to force that one away from him. I also think Travis Miller was back there.
You saw him try to bring the ball up to show the referee as he landed on the ground, and the ball squirted out. How much did Weather have to play with that? The wet field, the wet ball out here. Had to complete that catch all the way to the ground, so lucky for the Lions, they get to try again on third down.
20 seconds, 3rd and 6 here in the first quarter. Pass over, this one again to Lissy on the screen to the left side, trying to dart through defenders. Still on his feet, spinning around. Lissy close. He's going to be inches short of the goal line. My goodness, Lissy able to break through defenders. I thought he was going to go down at the 10 while he's still on his feet. Got all the way down to about the 6-inch line.
What a beautiful job on the screen pass, though. Lissy came out of the backfield. Pipes turned and hit him, and as soon as Lissy caught the ball and turned around, he had 4 Beaver offensive line members right in front of him to just give him free run down the field. And I guess a timeout called here.
Yeah, there's 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Beavers with the ball and the lead, 20-0. This drive started out on their own 25-yard line. After an incomplete pass, a little bit of rhythm started to happen for Jackson Pipes. And then again, it was Lissy with a big run and reception moments ago, all the way down now, just inches from his own goal line to try to extend this already dominant 20-0 lead.
It makes you wonder, Rob, did Coach Hart take the timeout, want to punch this in and kick off with the win one more time so he doesn't have to turn his cooker, Muchigamba, around and kick into the wind to start the second quarter? May have been a very smart strategy there by Coach Hart, because we're talking 1 yard. They could have easily let the clock go and run the next play into the second quarter.
Well, final tonight on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network, Malakoff, an 11-point favorite, falls to their game tonight. Portsmouth 38-31. Great run. We'll start things here. 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Handoff Lissy, and Lissy easily in for the 1-yard touchdown run on the right side. He was actually played the quarterback there as the quarterback keeper. Lissy, 1-yard touchdown run.
And Lissy just doing all things, and he had a great lead block there. Let's see, who was it? Grant Yindrich leading the way, and Lissy didn't need much help as he just stepped right in through and bounced off a Lion defender once he got into the end zone.
Falls City trying to go up 27-0, the extra point here with 5 seconds in the first quarter, leading 26-0. Another low kick. No good by Brandon Muchigamba, and 26-0 your score. A drive for Falls City that started out on their own 25-yard line, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by by Brady Lissy, picking up his third touchdown. Falls City has scored on every single possession this afternoon. We'll keep things right here, Wally, with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Granger will get the ball back for the 5th time.
And a different look you saw of that offensive possession there by the Beavers, Rob. They passed the ball all but maybe 2 times in that possession. You hadn't seen 2 passes. Before that drive, you'd only seen 1 pass attempt the entire game by the Beavers. And so totally changing around, a different look by Coach Hart to keep Coach Brock off the balance and guessing what's coming at him, as Pikes used many opportunities there to pass the ball.
Again, 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It has been all Falls City, 26-0. Granger will try to find a response as they will move from left to right. Of course, after the quarter change, they will be going with the wind, but it really hasn't been a factor of wind. It's been more penalties in this ball game, and then the fact that Brady Lissy has simply been an unstoppable machine for these Beavers. As Falls City will kick off here from right to left. Hand up, right toe to leather. This one end over end. Good kick. And it will fall into Granger around the 20-yard line. On the left side, dancing through defenders across the 30. A hard hit. Granger at the end of the first quarter. They'll have the ball when we come back. 26-0 your score. Lions with the ball. We'll step aside for a few moments. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
Friendly, old-fashioned, small-town service. Mike is awesome and has reasonable prices. A great place to do business with. Excellent, fast service. These are just a few reasons to visit the Granger Pit Stop when it comes to needing new tires and batteries. Since 1988, Mike Vrana has served Granger and the surrounding communities. Visit the Granger Pit Stop at 104 North Granger Street in Granger. Go Lions! Patschke & Patschke Real Estate is a proud supporter of Granger Lions football on SHN Sports. Since 1985, Patschke & Patschke Real Estate represents buyers and sellers of residential, commercial, industrial, and farm and ranch properties. Through 6 generations in eastern Williamson County, we are local to the area and we know our clients. Patschke & Patschke, the Golden Rule Real Estate Company. Visit us online at patschkeproperties.com. That's PATSCHKE properties.com.
Back in action here as we start the second quarter. First down and 10 for Falls City, or for Granger, moving from right to left now, and not much on first down on the ball carry. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
A little jet sweep action to Carlos Reina. He was lined up on the left side on the left wide out. Comes across, and he got met quickly there by Tay Yanta. The big hit that dropped Carlos Reina right in his tracks. He got up a little slowly, but stayed in the ballgame.
Lions will break out of the huddle. They'll send 2 receivers down to the right side. Wyatt Bolding is one of those receivers. 2 to either side. In motion, Rhodes being chased to the left side. Rhodes, he's one, and wisely, Rhodes throws this one away. His intended receiver, Carlos Garza, incomplete. Brings up a quick 3rd down and 10 for Granger, trailing 26-0 with 11:11 to go here in the first half.
Great job there by the Beaver defense, though. Every receiver that went out had at least 2 Beavers in the near area, making it tough for Rhodes as he rolled out there, trying to escape the pressure coming from the defensive line, having to find someone open and just not getting any luck there, trying to get it to Garza.
Rhodes again getting the play call from the sideline. He'll run over to the huddle quickly in action. 3rd down and 10. Granger from their own 31 on the right hash mark. 2 receivers split wide to the left hash mark, 2 in a group to the right. Rhodes stepping back, passing, center field, deep down. This one may be intercepted. It's bouncing as an offensive defender. Offense had to turn into defense. A great job there by Carlos Reyna protecting the touchdown as Demetri Ellis almost had the interception. He wouldn't have got it. He would have got it if Reyna wouldn't have smacked him back around the 50.
Great job of Reyna turning it into the defender there and not letting Ellis complete the interception. It's going to give Ryder a chance to punt with the win now. And so hopefully we can get a better roll, maybe something to pin the Beavers a little bit deeper than giving them their own 35, 45, even midfield to start their possessions.
26-0 your score as we are just underway here in the second quarter. Carlos Garza set to punt this one away to Brady Lissy, and Garza from his own 23, short punt, takes a healthy Granger bounce as it rolls with the wind down inside the 15-yard line. Lissy has the ball at the 15. A good block. Lissy to the left side. A flag flies. This one's going to come back. Over to the left. Lissy still on his feet. Another flag flies around the 40. Lissy finally brought down at the 40, but Wally, I think there was a penalty back around the 13-yard line in that secondary, and this one's going to come back.
And Lissy almost cost himself. He tried to field that punt on the roll, and he dropped it. Gets up, and he is freed up quickly by two big block in the backs, back about the 14, 15-yard line, and then a far penalty on the far side of the field about the 35. So Granger should be able to pin the Beavers pretty much deep inside their 10-yard line to start this possession.
There's three flags down there on the field. This Granger team this season, almost 4,300 yards. They hold their opponents to around 2,800 here overall. Falls City, though, it's just unbelievable the amount of yards that they have been able to put up this season.
Yeah.
By the recipients, block in the back, number 76, that follows the line. Block in the back, number 72, that follows from where the block occurred.
Well, it was kind of broken, but you could hear a block in the back there, and that sets the ball all the way back to around the 12-yard line. What I was bringing out about Falls City, over 5,600 yards this season.
Averaging 468.8 yards a game, and you can see why early on here tonight, Rob.
First down for Falls City from their own 7-yard line. Over to the right side, this time not much on the play. Great job by Granger. Dwayne Gaeta with the stop.
Lissy that time didn't it looked like he kind of hesitated more east to west before he went north and south. Gaeta did a great job of closing the gap, fighting off his block, and getting onto Lissy, and then getting more line defenders to help him bring him down.
Brings up second down and 6, a 4-yard gain. As Lissy offset to the left, he'll get the handoff from Pipes. Lissy again tracing through defenders in between the hash marks. That's enough for a first down on the run up to the 20-yard line.
DJ McClellan closing in and finally taking Lissy down about the 20. But that's already, into the second wave of the defense there. And Lissy not getting much contact made against him until he gets, 5-10 yards into the defense.
First down and 10 for the Beavers from their own 20, moving from left to right, leading 26-0. And again, it's Lissy. And again, Lissy diving his way forward across the 35. They'll mark him down at the 35. That's another Beaver first down.
That one was Jackson Pipes. He fumbled the snap, picked it up, and just ran with it and ran right up the hash marks and gets a good run out of it up to the 35.
Yeah, it was Pipes on the carry there. Thank you for that, Wally. 9:23 and ticking here in the second quarter. Pipes under center, swings out over to the right side, handoff to his back, and not much there on the play for Grant Yendrich.
And Yendrich delivering a blow as he barrels in forward. DJ McClellan took the lick there, gets up slowly and gingerly, but stays in the game.
And not to skew the radio listeners, Wally, of course, this one audio only. I said, not much on it. Well, 5 yards really tonight isn't much on it. It's a 5-yard gain up to the 40-yard line, brings up second down and 5 on the right hash mark. One lone Beaver to the right. Handoff again to Lissy. Lissy again finding daylight across the 40 to the right side. Now the 30, one to beat. And Lissy finally brought out of bounds around the 13-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle by Carlos Reyna, the senior in the secondary.
I tell you what, Lissy is an easy 10 yards before anybody can get a hand on him, and if you're lucky at that point. What a great run there as he went from the far side hash mark, brought it all the way across to the near side numbers, just a good job by Vrana, at least take the right angle to drive him out of bounds and stop him from scoring.
Well, Brady Lissy over 150 yards a game. I'm sure he's eclipsed that here already in this first half. His longest rush of the season, 82. 28 touchdowns entering this ball game. You can add 3 more to that. He is over the 30 mark. First down and 10 in the red zone from the Granger 13. The whistles blow early here, as there's a penalty on this play before it got started.
Not seeing any flags on the field. They kind of talking to each other, but nothing being said.
Whistled it dead, no penalty flags. And it is a false start. It's on Cody Arasola for the penalty, moves them back 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15. What was their 13-yard line? Still in the red zone at the 18-yard line, leading 26-0 with 7:54 to go here in the second quarter. Pipes in the gun, being chased, throws this one up into the air, and somehow Cody Arasola able to come down with that ball. My goodness, he will dive his way forward, and Arasola down to the 1-yard line. Well, that's not a design play. That's just a luck play. And Arasola, you got to give him credit. That ball, as Pipes was being chased, had to throw it up. Arasola somehow came up with it, Wally.
You got to think Coach Hart had almost had a heart attack there as Pipes just threw it. You felt like he's just throwing it up for grabs, and Arasola did a great job there of going and getting it and making a big gain out of it, bringing it up first and goal.
Handoff easily running in for the 1-yard touchdown run, Grant Yendrich. And it is all Falls City 32-0 with 7:17 to go here in the second quarter.
The way this running game has been going for the Beavers, Rob, it makes you wonder why Jackson Pipes even drops back and considers the pass. It is crazy the control they have on this with the offensive line and the push they're getting and the holes being created for their running backs.
Well, after the last 2 extra points were missed, Falls City going to go for 2 here with triplets stacked up in a row on the right side. Brady Lissy, the quarterback, gets the snap. Lissy right side, easily runs in. 2-point conversion good, 34-0 with 7:17 to go here in the second quarter. We'll step aside and take a break. This is SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
Repa Plumbing and AC proudly supports the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. Since 1964, for your plumbing and AC needs, Repa Plumbing and AC is your go-to service company. Located in Granger, Repa Plumbing and AC services Williamson and surrounding counties. Drop by their showroom at 105 North Granger Street in Granger or give them a call at 512-859-2581. Repa Plumbing and AC, your go-to service company since 1964. The Granger National Bank has served Granger and the surrounding area since 1920. Granger National Bank is a full-service bank committed to customer service and community needs. We are dedicated to providing a safe environment for our depositors' funds and making sound lending and investment decisions. We are native to the area and we are pleased to know our customers personally. Granger National Bank welcomes all of your banking needs, and we are confident that you'll receive nothing less than professional, friendly, and courteous service from our staff. Go Lions! Granger National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back. The kickoff return, a kickoff by Falls City. Kyle Schmidt, the returnman, the senior, and a good return by Kyle Schmidt up to his own 42-yard line on the left side. That's great field position here for Granger, still trying to find some sort of rhythm on this offense.
Tell you what, Granger got a little lucky there on the kickoff, Rob. Muchi Gamba didn't get it much off the ground, and it went off the shoulder pad of one of the up men on the kickoff return team for the Lions and skipped right over to Schmidt. He does a good job of bringing it from the far side of the field, coming over to the near side and giving the Granger good field position.
Granger will start 1st and 10 from their own 41. Rhodes steps back to the right side, pump fakes once, has his man immediately hit is Nathan Flores. Not before he gets a gain, though, up to the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 on the pass.
Maybe the first completion of the game for Rhodes. Most of the time, it's more of a longer developing play. That time, just a quick 3 or 4 step rollout, and he gets the pass off to Flores.
Carlos Garza is part of 2 receivers spread wide to the left on a 2nd down. Pass over, drops it into the hands of Vrana, and Vrana finds daylight across the 50 and down to the 45-yard line. That's a first down for the Granger Lions, moving the chains.
Great job by Carlos Vrana there. He caught the ball, and you see him get a little high step and get ready to shake, and he laid Cody Arasola in his waist as he gets past him to pick up the first down.
There is an injured player on the field.
Adam Lissy.
Yep, Adam Lissy here is injured. That is a cousin of Brady Lissy. He's standing up, though, on the Granger 48. 2 of his training and coaching staff taking a look at him here. 6:33 to go in the second quarter. Granger with the ball, trailing 0-34 after the first down moments ago on the Beaver 45-yard line. And Adam Lissy going to walk gingerly back over to his side of the field with the support of his training staff.
Crazy, you talked about the cousin of Brady Lissy. So many players, several players on the team, family members on the team, cousins, one set of twins on the team, Alex Hoffbauer and Jacob Hoffbauer. Talked to David Thomas, one of the dads of the team for number 10, Cole Thomas's father, helping us out with name pronunciations. And just kind of neat to see all the relationships and the families that make up the town of Falls City.
Yeah, we appreciate Dave Thomas on Falls City. Appreciate him. First down and 10 for Granger on the Falls 45. Stepping back is Rhodes. Good protection right side, way too high, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Carlos Vrana, brings up 2nd down and a long 10 for the Lions.
Looks like Coach Brock has started to open this offense up, Rob. Going to the passing game. That's 3 straight passes, 2 completions early, and then a little overthrown there from Rhodes to Vrana. But changing the look here and trying to pick up the pace a little bit for the Lions.
Travis Miller will be part of a triplet package up to the right. One receiver, low snap, and Rhodes wisely just has to fall down on it. And unfortunately, that moves the ball all the way back into their own territory at the 47-yard line. A loss of 7 on that mishandled snap.
Surprised you don't see a penalty come in there. Rhodes just safely dives on the ball. And in high school, just like in college, when a knee hits the ground, the runner is down. And Alex Hoffbauer, 68 for the Beavers, pounces on top of Rhodes, and no penalty right in front of the referee. But Rhodes luckily does get up, not hurt, and goes back into the offense.
Nathan Flores lines up, 2 receivers to the right for Granger, 2 to the left. An early jump, no call, offsides. Pass over left side, heaving this one down, and incomplete, well out of the reach of his intended receiver around the 15-yard line. Wyatt Bolding, 3rd down and a long 17.
Smart play by Rhodes there. You get a free play. You saw the defensive lineman, 67, Tucker Halls, jump off for the Beavers. So the free play. Rhodes hangs it up, tries to get it to his man Wyatt Bolding down the sideline. Just overthrown a little bit, but get another 3rd down here for the Lions.
Brings up 3rd down and 17. The ball resting on the Falls 47-yard line on the left hash mark. As Granger trying to find something here on the offensive side. 5:35 to go, trailing 0-34 here in the first half. Rhodes with Vrana, his back to the right. Rhodes will tuck and run to the right side. Now slings one over, and it's incomplete at the 39-yard line. He was throwing it into the direction of Carlos Garza or Donnie, I believe it was Donnie Cantwell. Incomplete.
And I tell you what, Rhodes being the lefty, rolling out to the right, makes it a challenge. Everything he throws, he has to kind of reach back behind him, not getting open shoulders, not getting a good toss. There, the pressure being applied by McCade Hartman didn't make it any easier for Rhodes, and the incompletion results in another punt.
Granger has had to punt on every possession here this afternoon. They tried a little trickeration on the second possession, and that one cost them. Garza, low snap, a low punt. This one, a line drive right into the hands of Brady Lissy. A little baseball catch there as it bounced into his hands up to the 20-yard line. And that is where the Beavers will have the ball and the lead. They'll have it for the 7th or 6th time this afternoon, leading 34-0 with 5:15 to go here in the second quarter.
Good punt there by Garza. The only problem is you sometimes you outkick your coverage, and that low line driver made it back quickly to Lissy. He filled it just inside that 8-9 yard line there, but able to get it back to the 20 for good field position for the Beavers.
Brings up first down and 10 for Fall City, moving from left to right, trips down to the right side, pass over in the flat to Juke. Juke trying to juke through defenders up to the 29-yard line. The line judge may give him a first down, and he does at the 30. It's a 10-yard reception, first down and 10 again, and moving the chains from the 30-yard line, the Beavers of Fall City.
Jacob Klaus there on the tackle does a good job of hitting Juke, getting him down to the ground and saving any extra yards.
I want to welcome in all of the Granger fans as well as the Fall City fans joining us tonight on SHN Sports. On a first and 10 from the 30, another pass in the flats over to Yendrush, and Yendrush another first down, this time an 11-yard reception. So first pass 10 yards and then to Yendrush for 11, and Fall City moving the chains up to their own 41-yard line on the left hash mark.
There's Yendrush again. He's a weapon in the offensive backfield, and he's a weapon just out. He lined up there as the tight end. They hit him on a quick hit. A good 11-yard gain quickly there for the Beavers.
First down and 10, Fall City from their own 41. Pass over to Adam Lissy. And Lissy is slammed to the ground. Oh, mama, what a play by DJ McClellan saying, get it out of here, baby. We've had enough. That is a hard hit, Wally.
It's a great pass there. Quick wide receiver screen. McClellan did a great job of breaking through the block and hitting Lissy there and bringing him down quickly.
Well, a gain of 4 on the reception. He'll have to pay for it. Second down and 6 as Pipes under center will hand off to his back, darting through 2 defenders and slammed down again. It's a first down by Grant Yendrush. And then coming up with another huge tackle was Dwayne Gata for the Granger Lions, but not before Fall City moves it into Granger territory at the 44-yard line.
You like to see that effort from Gata as he continues his pursuit and makes the big hit.
Pipes under center will hand off over to Brady Lissy. Lissy, huge hole for Lissy, and he's tackled at the 15-yard line by Donnie Cantwell as he found something right there on that left hash mark, just making it look so easy tonight.
It looked like Klaus did a great job of diving in and getting a hand on one of the feet of Lissy, and then Cantwell finishing off the tackle to stop him from getting in the end zone.
3:11 to go. 34-0. Fall City with the lead and the ball in the red zone on the 16-yard line. Handoff here to the right side. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. Yendrush again the ball carrier.
That's your weapons of choice here for the Beavers tonight. Lissy, Yendrush. And why would you stop that? Both men just hitting holes hard to bring down, and a great combination for the Beavers.
2-yard carry moments ago. Second down and 8, empty backfield as Pipes will pump fake once, throws left side. This one up and trying to come over defender, and it's incomplete. Good effort there by Fall City. And once again, it was in the direction of Brady Lissy, and he wasn't able to come over that defender for Granger. Incomplete.
Looked like Carlos Reyna or Travis Miller depended on that, and the ball just short there, unable to get the catch for the touchdown, but the Lions defender not able to get turned around and pick that ball off.
Timeout called here on the field. We'll step aside as well. 2:32 to go in the first quarter. Beavers with the ball and the lead, 34-0. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
Granger National Bank has served Granger and the surrounding area since 1920. Granger National Bank is a full-service bank committed to customer service and community needs. We are dedicated to providing a safe environment for our depositors' funds and making sound lending and investment decisions. We are native to the area, and we are pleased to know our customers personally. Granger National Bank welcomes all of your banking needs, and we are confident that you'll receive nothing less than professional, friendly, and courteous service from our staff. Go Lions! Granger National Bank, member FDIC.
Back in action here, 2:32 to go. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Wally Harmon. Fall City all over the Granger Lions, 34-0. They've got the ball third down and 8. Granger going to try to get a stop as Lissy, the ball carrier to the left side. Lissy again through defenders and close to the goal line.
Looks like they're going to spot him just short. Lissy did a good job of that sweep left there. What a great effort there, but finally gets tripped up just short of the goal line.
He does have a first down. It's first and goal from the 1 yard line. They'll spot it at the 1, the ball resting on the left hash mark. Fall City fans showed up the journey from southeast of San Antonio. A lot of Granger fans here as well. We see Travis Sessoms out there in front of the window. We appreciate him. 1 yard carry. And it is Yendrich with the 1 yard touchdown. Yendrich picking up his second touchdown of the afternoon. That's back-to-back scores for Yendrich. He scored on the previous possession as well.
Yendrich and Lissy taking opportunities back and forth to put some touchdowns on the board. And Fall City just pouring it on. They do not let up. And Yendrich you're not going to stop that young man from 1 yard out.
Fall City set for the extra point kick. The ball is down, left toe to leather, ball up on its way, and this one is good. 41-0 with 2:05 to go here in the second quarter. We'll step aside for just a few moments. Granger looking for an answer. When we come back, this is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. We'll just leave it at music. Welcome back. 2:05 to go in the second quarter. Rob Hipp alongside Wally Harmon. Thanks for joining us. If you're on the Granger side, this is not where you wanted to be here this afternoon. The Lions find themselves in a deep hole, 41-0. Fall City, there's simply been no stop for Lissy as well as Yendrich here in this ball game. Fall City will kick off. A short grounding kick bounces off of a Granger player around the 44 and luckily able to fall right back onto that ball. And good news there as Nathan Flores, one of the team captains, a senior, able to handle the ball. It'll be first down and 10 for Granger, moving from right to left on their own 44-yard line.
Rob, after the big kickoff return by Ryder all the way for the touchdown that got called back, they've kicked away from him. I look out this time, Ryder on the bench. Ryder appears to be hurt, has not been in the ballgame the last couple of series, so could be a key loss for the Lions tonight for the rest of this ballgame.
Rhodes in the gun. One receiver will line up by himself. Actually, two now to the left. Bolding is one of those. Delayed handoff to Carlos Reyna. And Reyna traced in the background. Nowhere to go in the backfield. He'll be brought down around the 35-yard line. A big loss there on that play.
Kevin Yendrich gets in and on the action here. Gets his name called out on a good pursuit there to extend that run. And the defensive back pushes up to keep Reyna stretched out. And he had nowhere to go but out to the sideline and gets taken down for the loss.
This is a drive for the Granger Lions before that play, starting out on their own 44-yard line. Good field position, but then that run by Reyna, nowhere for him to go. The ball backed all the way up to the 35, brings up second down and 19. A back to either side of Rhodes. Looking to pass over center, has the completion to Nathan Flores, and Flores dives his way forward to the 49-yard line in Fall City territory. So on third down and a long 19, the Lions showing a little bit of life. That's 3 or 4 yards short of the first down. I think they're going to go for it here.
A great quick pass there by Rhodes to Flores. It doesn't give the defense time to settle up and double team Flores.
Well, it's third down and 3 as a delayed handoff on the left side, backpedaling on the misdirection. Donnie Cantwell, he may have fumbled it. The Fall City players think that he did, but yeah, that's the call, Wally.
Wyatt Bolding coming up limping. Cantwell took his time getting off the ground after he got popped He made a cut back to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he got hit. The ball comes out, and a turnover now on the Lions.
It's the first fumble of the afternoon for Granger. That's an area that they normally excel at. They only have 9 turnovers heading into this ball game, and that's their first one there, putting it on the ground.
First turnover of the ball game here tonight. And so you got to wonder, like Coach Hart said, special teams will play a key.
Starting from their own, actually from the Granger 49, a handoff here to Darren Lopez, and Lopez lunging his way forward all the way up to the Granger, or down to the Granger 36-yard line. That's another first down for Falls City.
And I said special teams take care of the football. And that's what Coach Hart was talking about, and boy, they take advantage of it there with Lopez coming in now at the running back's position.
Pipes under center, throws over to the right side, leaping up and almost able to make a miraculous catch was Adam Lissy at the 25. It's incomplete, second down and 10.
Nice attempt there. Lissy almost made the one-handed catch. Coming all the way across the field. He's lined up on the left side of the field, came across the middle, but just overthrown just a bit there by Pipes, brings up a long second down.
Earlier I called Darren Lopez's name. This is another young man that has had a phenomenal rushing season, 593 yards entering this game, 2 touchdowns. It has been a running machine here this evening, 41-0, second down and 10. Empty backfield, all alone, Pipes over center, and his receiver is pushed, and that's pass interference.
Flag thrown by the back referee all the way in the end zone.
As Jacob Klaus came barreling over his receiver as he was defending on that play, Cody Arisola, and that should be pass interference. Yeah, 15-yard penalty.
So second and 10 now turns into a first and 10. 15 yards up the field. The ball was underthrown there for Cody Arisola, but Klaus all over his back gets called for it there with 13 seconds left here in the first half, Rob.
41-0, first down and 10 from the red zone at the 20. Passing a flat right side to Juke. Juke going through defenders, 20 yards untouched. It's another touchdown for the Beavers of Falls City. Oh, my goodness.
That wide receiver screen, they like to throw it. They threw it last time to Lissy on the far side, this time to Juke on the near side. And as soon as he catches the ball, 3 or 4 offensive players there leading the way, blocking for him. And the house just opened up, and he right into the end zone.
Extra point kick, trying to make it 48-0, 4 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It has been all Falls City. The hold down, kick up on its way, and it is good, and it is 48-0 with 4 seconds. Granger will get the ball back. You got to wonder here if they will throw up a play or just take a knee, go into the locker room, and try to come back in the third quarter with some form of an answer. Your heart goes out to these kids because they have played such a phenomenal season. Wally, this Falls City team, though, is a beast that they haven't faced this season. We talked about in the pregame, number 1 in the state of Texas, but there were some asterisks there talking about their district. Even some fans on opposite sides even said, hey, well, we haven't really played anybody really tough this season. But here today, so far from a broadcast perspective, this has been a stunner to me.
They have shown me why they're ranked number 1 in 2A Division II football. They are impressive. They are but Coach, I think Coach Brock nailed it. Their offensive defensive lines have controlled the line of scrimmage from the kickoff until the 4 seconds left here in the first half. They have controlled offensively, pushing it forward, creating holes for their running backs, and defensively making havoc in the backfield for the Lions.
Well, Coach Brock talked about, don't be intimidated. I don't think Granger has been intimidated. They just have not had an answer for the running game that really started with Lissy, as you've talked about. And then you have other guys chiming in, such as Brandon on this play, Brandon Muchagamba, and now you're starting to see Arisola pick up some gain, and then Darian Lopez, and that's just been how it is. A low kick here, fielded at the 20 by Granger on the right side, diving down to around the 39-yard line, and the clock will expire. And Wally, that's the end of the first half. Falls City 48, the Granger Lions 0. Falls City will get the ball back to start the third quarter. We'll step aside for a few moments, a 24-minute halftime intermission. We'll step aside. We'll thank some of our wonderful sponsors. We'll come back and we'll try to break up that first half as much as we can, Wally. We'll be right back. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Granger Feed and Supply is proud to support the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. Here's a comment from a customer. The caring and dedicated staff at Granger Feed are wonderful. They take the time to share their knowledge and do whatever research needed to help us with our rescue horses to ensure we get them rehabbed and in the best health possible. They are there with support and encouraging words from my daughters training these horses. They aren't just a feed store, they are a family making a difference in our community. For all of your feed and supply needs, visit Granger Feed and Supply, located at 211 West Davila in Granger. Big B's Meat Market and Grocery in Granger. We cut and grind our meat fresh every day, 7 days a week. We make a variety of sausages, from dry ready-to-eat sausages to raw ropes, as well as smoked pork sausage. We also smoke our own bacon. We have lunch specials Monday through Saturday. Come on by Big B's Meat Market and Grocery, located at 204 East Davila, or find us on Facebook at Big B's Meat Market and Grocery. Go Lions! Since 1972, Longhorn Title is committed to serving the real estate needs of Williamson County. Our owners live here, work here, and support local charities and schools. At Longhorn Title, we're large enough to serve, but small enough to care. Visit longhorntitle.com for more information. Go Lions! Very friendly, old-fashioned, small-town service. Mike is awesome and has reasonable prices. A great place to do business with. Excellent, fast service. These are just a few reasons to visit the Granger Pit Stop when it comes to needing new tires and batteries. Since 1988, Mike Vrana has served Granger and the surrounding communities. Visit the Granger Pit Stop at 104 North Granger Street in Granger. Go Lions!
University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to Balfour, Baylor Scott & White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Spalding, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community and enjoy the game.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
miss the UIL State Championships December 18th through the 21st at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tickets are available now through Ticketmaster. For more information, visit uiltexas.org.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Texas who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Well, welcome back, friends. We are live from Cougar Stadium. Halftime, about 3 minutes to go before the third quarter kickoff. Again, if you're just joining us, it has been all Fall City in this ball game, 48-0. They'll get the ball to start things here in the third quarter. Wally, to come in here and say Granger is down 48-0. I wouldn't have imagined. This is a Granger team that has had a lot of grit this season. Of course, they are facing the number one team in the state of Texas in 2A, but this was really a team that I didn't think we saw coming in being up this much at halftime.
I never could have imagined that, but I'm a believer now. Fall City is a dominant team. And like Coach Brock said and Coach Hart said at the beginning of the game, some things had to happen. And the defensive and offensive lines for the Beavers have controlled this ball game, allowing Lissy and Yendrich to take over running the ball. Pipes has done a decent job passing the ball when he's just to change the look that the Lions are seeing from the offense of Fall City. But they're not stopping the run game, and they're getting holes that, the old saying that you'll hear on you could have driven a Mack truck through. It's been crazy to watch what this offensive line has done for Fall City. And the defensive line keeping Vrana and Lopez or Garza and Cantwell under wraps for the Lions.
Fall City will run out of their Texas inflatable. It's a Fall City, Texas logo, big FC, the blue state of Texas with Beavers written under it. And for Granger, they have an awesome inflatable. It's a big Granger lion. And it is just one of those nights here for Granger. Hopefully they can find some rhythm here in the third quarter. I wanted to give a special thank you to all of the wonderful folks in Granger, Texas for their support here in this ball game, for helping to make this one possible. We really appreciate them.
Oh, you got to love them. Big B's Meat Market stepped up, Longhorn Title, Granger Pit Stop, Patschke and Patschke Real Estate, Gina's Kwik Pantry. It's amazing. Like you said, as you went through the community this week, Rob, just the willingness and the support shown by this community for these young men as they battle again. Precision Ag Repair, Repa Plumbing, Granger National Bank, Granger Feed and Supply, Orton Custom, and, of course, the staples that have made SHN tick the way it has this year, Georgetown Jewelry and Oak Ridge Disciple House. Just two great businesses that have just supported Central High School football and made SHN Sports available and able to bring this to the fan base.
Yeah, part of our motto here at SHN is helping to empower schools and organizations to promote their student athletes and events. We're able to do that completely free of charge, thanks to the generous support of our sponsors. Again, I want to say a special thank you one final time to the Granger community, and really looking forward to meeting more folks around there. And, going to all these businesses, Wally, I got to talk to a lot of people. Talking to Mike Vrana over at Granger Pit Stop, a business, a staple in the community since 1988. And what I really enjoy about the community there, and I'm not knocking any big business, in larger towns, but I like the mentality and the way things are done in Granger. You don't have a lot of major corporations. It's just mom and pop community all the way. That is a true Texas town, and love those folks dearly.
And their support and you just love the hometown feel. That small town Texas. And you see them out here tonight, Rob. The fans standing up, still cheering for these young men. And you just wonder what happened in the locker room. What did Coach Brock pull out? What did the coaching staff do? And what do these seniors do now as leaders here at the halftime as they go out down 48-0? And it could be their last ball game of high school and the challenge that they're going to face. Let's just see what you just hope these young men don't give up. They keep fighting and just make themselves and their community proud.
Moments ago, you heard the crowd cheering. We are here on the home team side at Cougar Stadium in New Braunfels, Texas. You heard that crowd cheering as the Granger Lions ran through their inflatable. They will kick things off to start the third quarter from right to left. Falls City trying to add more damage. They've already scored 48 unanswered points. Granger going to try to stop them here, but it's going to be tough against the Lissy. Talking about Brady Lissy, who has simply been unstoppable tonight. We've called him the Mack truck several times. Peterbilt may be calling him for a commercial soon.
And I tell you what, looking down at the sideline for the Lions, you hate to see it, Rob, but it looks like Johnny Ryder will not come back in this ball game. He's still in his pads, but the helmet is not to be found for the young man, and a big key to this Granger Lion team. And so you just hope he's all right here as he's something's happened for him injury-wise to restrict his play tonight.
Kicking the ball off are the Granger Lions. Kwik onside type kick. Bounces, takes a high bounce, and this one, did Granger catch it in bounds? And no, they did not. It was a good effort by Granger. Diving for that ball was Donnie Cantwell. He was close to getting that ball, Wally, near the 40-yard line, but he was out of bounds, unfortunately.
What a great kick. The ideal onside kick. You got the 3 or 4 rolls across, and then it takes that high hop. And Arizola unable to field it for the Beavers, but unfortunately Cantwell, when he made the dive, unable to bring it down in bounds. And so the Beavers take over at their own 38-yard line.
They'll start this drive again from their own 38, moving from left to right. 2 seconds off the clock, 11:58 to go in the third quarter. Beavers with the ball in the lead, 48-0. Falls City, it is the handoff into the backfield and diving forward for a short gain on the play, Grant Yendrish, who was a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs of a yard apiece.
You don't see Lissy in the backfield early on here in the second half, Rob. It makes you wonder if this is where the other running backs on this Beaver team get their yards.
2nd and 6 from their own 42. 2 receivers to the left, pass over, and this one incomplete. It was into the direction of their intended receiver, Cody Arizola. Great defense on the play by Nathan Flores, the senior, and also the captain tonight.
With some of these scores you saw that the Beavers put up this year, blanking a lot of their district opponents, it makes you wonder if Lopez, Yendrish, and Cole Thomas, this is where they get their yards. They let Lissy come out, and the focus goes to other running backs to do damage for the Beavers.
Huge third down here. Under center is Pipes. He'll pitch out on the swing in the backfield, and his man has the first down and more. It's Darian Lopez across the 50 into Granger territory on the 49.
Lopez, the second leading rusher for this team. We talked about it earlier in the ballgame. Has 593 yards on the ground coming into the ballgame tonight. He's done some damage later in the second quarter, and now right here, a nice run to get another first down for the Beavers.
This Falls City team has outscored their opponents here in the season overall 556 to 113. That is simply unfathomable numbers. On a first down and 10, the pass, it's caught by the running back Lopez, the junior, and he's got another first down to the left side near the 40-yard line. We'll see if they mark it at that first down marker. It should be, and that is enough for a Beaver first down to the Granger 39.
Nice pass by Pipes there, hitting Lopez out of the split formation there.
Brings up first down and 10 from the Granger Lion 39-yard line. Pipes in the gun. 2 receivers, 1 to the left. The pass is caught to Adam Lissy. And Lissy, a gain on first down, will be short of the first. Brings up second down and long, has to get to the 30.
So a different look here early on. They don't go with the run game to start the second half as heavy as they did the first. They come out with 3 quick passes now back to back to back after a couple of runs there by Darren Lopez.
Second down and 7 after the 3-yard reception. Passing a flat over to the right side. It is Juke, and Juke through defenders again all the way down. Touchdown, 36-yard pass to Juke.
What a great play there. the quarterback pipes, gets the ball, and the shotgun fakes that handoff to Yendrich, and it pulls the offense. That play fake right there. Quick wide receiver screen to Juke, and Juke untouched all the way in for the touchdown.
54-0 your score, and Falls City picks up right where they left off, and Juke picks up where he left off. His time was down to about 4 seconds in that second quarter. Juke had the 20-yard pass here on a 36-yard touchdown pass. The extra point is up and good, and our score 55-0 with 9:46 to go here in the third quarter. We'll step aside. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
Patschke & Patschke Real Estate is a proud supporter of Granger Lions football on SHN Sports. Since 1985, Patschke & Patschke Real Estate represents buyers and sellers of residential, commercial, industrial, and farm and ranch properties. Through 6 generations in eastern Williamson County, we are local to the area and we know our clients. Patschke & Patschke, the Golden Rule Real Estate Company. Visit us online at patschkeproperties.com. That's PATSCHKE properties.com.
Welcome back. We are live from New Braunfels, Texas. Rob Hipp alongside Wally Harmon. 9:46 to go here in the third quarter. The Falls City Beavers leading 55-0. A drive that previously started on their own 38-yard line, capped off by a 36-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Pipes into the hands of Carson Juke. 55-0. That is your scoring drive recap. The kickoff here, Granger will bring the ball up on the right side, just outside the 35-yard line. And the official spot at the 36. That's where Granger will start for the 8th time this evening. The first time of the second half, they've got their work cut out for them, trailing 55-0.
DJ McClellan fields the kickoff there. Looks like he's back in position where Johnny Ryder was on the kick return team for the Lions. Does a good job there, moving the ball forward, and at least getting some decent field position for the Lion offense to take over.
They'll break out of the huddle, the ball resting on the right hash mark on the 36-yard line. 2 receivers grouped up to the right, 1 lone Lion to the left. 2 backs behind as Rhodes, a low snap, able to fall on it and has to try to make something out of nothing. He'll pick up maybe a yard shy back of the line of scrimmage, brings up 2nd down and 11 after the 1-yard loss.
Kevin Yendrich right there, along with, it looked like McCade Hartman on the tackle. Thomas Rhodes not having much opportunity there after that snap, and that's where you hate to see any kind of mess up into that flow and trying to get into your rhythm kills the momentum there of Rhodes and forces him to try to make a play, and this defensive line not given any room for him to do so.
8:58 to go here in the third quarter. Lions with the ball trailing 0-55, 2nd and 11 from the 35. And in the backfield, nowhere to run. It has been the case this afternoon for Carlos Vrana. He is stopped for a loss back at his own 31.
Alex Hoffbauer, one of the Hoffbauer twins, doing his job here on the right end. He busts through the line, waiting for the running back, and he took him down quickly there for the Lions.
Carlos Garza heads back out onto the field as Donnie Cantwell will head over to the sideline. Rhodes gets the play call with 8:25 to go and ticking. His team trailing 0-55. 3rd down and 15 for the Lions. On the left hash mark, the ball resting on their own 31-yard line. 2 receivers spread right, 2 down to the left. The pass is to the left side into the hands of Wyatt Bolding, and Bolding has some daylight, and he's got enough for a Granger Lion first down into Beaver territory at the 49-yard line. What a catch and run by Bolding moments ago.
Finally, Bolding getting his opportunity there to flash some speed as he catches it and takes off down the line. Impressive, though, to see the linebacker, Kevin Yendrich. He comes from the right side linebacker and finally runs down Bolding to get him pushed out of bounds after he got into Beaver territory.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, this Granger Lions team, even though they're trailing 0-55, they're not showing any signs of deflation, trying to have some life here. 1st down and 10, trailing 55-0 from the Falls City 49. On the delay to handoff, this time the running back is into the hands of Vrana, and Vrana guts his way forward across the 45-yard line down to the 43. A good, healthy run on first down by Carlos Orena.
Kevin Yendrich again in the tackle. You wonder why you see so many tackles. Kevin Yendrich, the leading tackler for the Beavers, with 110 coming into this ball game.
Travis Miller and Nathan Flores split his two receivers up top to the right, two to the left. Pass in the flats to Wyatt Bolding on the left side. Bolding lowers his left shoulder, and he's close to a first down. He'll be stopped a yard short on the left side at the 40-yard line.
Gets right past and runs over Juke, the defender, and then old J.D. Sartwell comes in and finishes off the tackle. But a nice play there by Bolding to get forward, gain some extra yards, bring up that nice short third down for the Lions.
Well, a third down and a short one. Granger moving the ball from right to left on the left hash mark, trailing 0-55 with 6:30 to go here in the third quarter in this 2A regional matchup versus Falls City. 3rd and 1. Rhodes with two backs to either side. The delayed handoff on the right side to Cantwell. Cantwell finds rhythm across the 15, the 10. Cantwell, is he in for the touchdown? He's got it. 40 yards on the run by Cantwell, and the Lions on the board.
What a great move in the backfield. Cantwell gets the ball on the sweep right, takes the handoff, does one little hesitation, and he hits it, finds the hole, and there was nobody going to catch him. One defender, it looked like number 6, Demetrius Ellis, tried to get to him, couldn't get the angle, and finally the Granger Lions get on the board.
6:12 to go here in the third quarter. The Lions trail 6-55. Donnie Cantwell picking up his 8th touchdown rushing of the season, entering this game with 436 yards. He averages 7 a carry. They'll go for 2. As Rhodes rolls past left side, up, this one caught inbounds. Oh, mama, what a catch on that left corner by Wyatt Bolding, and the Lions put 8 on the board after the 2-point conversion.
So put Wyatt Bolding's name all over this drive. Did a great job, 2 or 3 receptions. Big catch there on the 2-point conversion. Cantwell, another one that you look at, Rob, if we look, another sophomore contributing heavily on this Lion team. You've got to like that for the future of this Lions with Rhodes, the quarterback, a junior, Johnny Ryder, the sophomore, Cantwell, the sophomore. So youth playing a big part of this Lion offense.
Great drive there by the Granger Lions, who did not want to be shut out tonight. They got 8 on the board with 6:12 to go in the third quarter. It was a drive that started on their own 36-yard line after passes going into the direction of Wyatt Bolding, and then a 40-yard touchdown run capped off that drive by Donnie Cantwell. The 2-point conversion good by Bolding. Your score 55-8 with 6:12 to go in the third quarter. That is your scoring drive recap.
And you got to love it, Rob. We talked about it. Is this team going to come out and quit? Is the team going to come out and give up? And no, absolutely not. They saw it right there. A little bit of scheme change, quick passes, hitting Bolding, let Bolding get into the action as a receiver there. And then Cantwell, one run for the touchdown, longer than what he averages every game for the Lions this year.
Running his own way. Well, the winner of this ball game will play the winner of Bremen and Flatonia. That game earlier was tied at 35 apiece in overtime, and the Bremen Tigers look like they've leading it 38-35. That one may be over. Onside kick attempt by Granger, takes a roll, and the Lions got it, baby! It was into the hands of Nathan Flores. You can't kick it any better than that, and the Lions have the onside kick recovery.
So reminiscent of the opening round playoffs. They go in against Snook, they take a deferral, they kick the ball off, and they go with the onside kick. What a precise onside kick right there, and Flores at full speed catches it, and the Lions back in business in Falls City territory to start this possession.
Well, they'll start it on the Falls City 47-yard line. Moving from right to left. A little bit of life here for the Granger Lions. Rhodes in the gun. 2 receivers down to the left. Rhodes punt fakes once, looks, heaves this one over left side, has a man open. It's intercepted at the 20. It's intercepted by Demetrius Ellis, and Ellis on the Granger side trying to fight his way to the 40, and he is glanced down at the 39-yard line. A big hit on the play by Dwayne Gaeta and Bruce Lay laying him out.
The ball just underthrown a couple of yards there, and Ellis did a great job of turning back, looking for the ball and going up and getting it. Otherwise, it looked like Carlos Garza had a little pounce into the end zone for the touchdown, but Ellis taking that and ending that drive quickly.
Unfortunate there for Granger after getting momentum on the onside kick, turning it over on an interception. Falls City will regain. They'll have the ball for the 9th time this afternoon, or this evening rather, the 2nd time of this second half, leading 55-8 with 5:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll start this drive from their own 39, moving from left to right. Pipes, hands off on a pitch back out to his running back Darren Lopez, and Lopez guts his way forward. He may have close to a first down. He's got it at the 49-yard line. It's 1st down and 10.
The score updated. It looks like Bremen did top Latonia 41-35. Bremen now sits at home waiting to win tonight's ball game in the next round.
Boy, what a game there in overtime. You said Bremen the winner in that one, so they will await the winner of this one.
Rob, it looks like a new quarterback in for the Beavers. It looks like it's going to be sophomore Wesley Molina at the helm.
Molina in the gun. 2 receivers up top to the left. 1 lone Beaver to the right. Fumbles the ball. The snap down. Molina trying to fall on it, and he does, all the way back down to the 30-yard line. That's a loss of 19 yards on the right hash.
What a great hustle there by Carlos Garza. He lays out, and they take advantage of the wet field and slides along, but Molina doing a great job of reining that ball in there as he dove and slid. Molina doesn't even show up on the roster for Falls City as a quarterback. They've got him listed as a wide receiver defensive back. So the sophomore coming in and getting some reps here for the Beavers.
Entering this game, he only had 1 attempt for 28 yards through the air, resulting in a touchdown. So that was his opportunity here. 2nd and 29, backed up all the way to their own 30. On the sweep to the left side, it's Lopez, and Lopez trying to gut his way forward up to the 34-yard line. A short gain brings up 3rd down and forever here for Falls City, leading 55-8, under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
What a play there by Wyatt Bolding, tracking down and diving at the feet of Darren Lopez and stopping him short there, not letting him break it away for any more yards. Bolding doing a great job offensively and defensively here in the second half for the Lions so far. You got to love the effort from the sophomore or from the senior leader.
3rd and 25 for Falls City from their own 34. It is a handoff on the delay to Cole Thomas, the sophomore, and only a gain of 2 brings up 4th down. And for the first time tonight, Falls City is forced to punt this one away.
Cole Thomas, his first carry, and not very friendly. He only gets forward for about 4 yards. And so he's not greeted nicely by the defensive line of the Lions. And I can't say it enough, Rob. I love the effort. These kids are not giving up. They've come to play in this second half and putting up a fight against these Beavers.
Carlos Reyna set back to receive the punt here from Falls City. Reyna will stand on around his own 30-yard line as Falls City will punt this one away from the 27 up to the 30. Right toe to leather, short punt. And Reyna will let this one roll down and juke down there alongside his teammate. It's actually Adam Lissy to field the ball around the 30-yard line, call it the 31.
Brady Lissy comes into the ballgame the first time we've seen him here in the second half to knock the punt away for the Beavers. And so here the Lions take over. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And let's see what kind of momentum they can get going again. The last drive cut short on the interception by Ellis. And let's see if they go right back to it with Rhodes at the quarterback.
10th possession of the evening for the Granger Lions. They'll start this drive on their own 31, moving from right to left, trailing 55-8 with 2:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. From their own 31, it is a handoff to the right side into the hands of Reyna. And Reyna, a healthy run on first down, knocks down the marker at the 40. He may have been just a yard or so short from the official spot. It'll bring up 2nd down and manageable here.
Great job there following his blocker. I can't see who the wide receiver was on the far side, but Reyna did a great job of tucking in behind there and working his way to the outside to get some bonus yards. They end up marking him short, Rob.
Yeah, they move it back a little bit. They'll say he only picked up 7, brings up 2nd down and 3. Granger from their own 38, trailing 55-8 with 1:50 to go in the 3rd. A delayed handoff, Reyna to the left side, and Reyna this time is chased down as he was trying to angle his way out of bounds. Good job on the defense there by Carson, Juke, and company. And back to the original line of scrimmage brings up 3rd down and 3. They converted their last 3rd down on a 3rd and 1. It was that touchdown run The only score on the board here for Granger. They'll see if they can convert here on a 3rd and 3, trailing 55-8 in the third quarter.
What a great tackle there by Juke as he took the legs out from under Vrana. Doesn't give him a chance to fight through a tackle, to miss a tackle. Cuts him at the legs, takes him down quickly for the loss.
Brings up 3rd and 3. Pass over has Vrana on the right side, trying to juke through defenders, and Vrana maybe only a gain of 1. He was stopped short, had to get to the 41. He was down around the 38.
Looks like Adam Lissy on the tackle there to stop Vrana just short, a couple of yards of the first down.
Well, you would expect Granger to go for it here, trailing 8-55 with 45 seconds to go. They'll call a timeout. We'll step aside and take a timeout as well. 55-8 your score. Lions trail. 4th and 2 coming up. We'll be right back. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast.
Gina's Kwik Pantry is honored to support the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. Gina's Kwik Pantry in Granger congratulates the Lions on a great season and wishes them good luck in the playoffs. When you need fuel, snacks, and convenience items, nobody knows Granger better than Gina. That's Gina's Kwik Pantry in Granger. Go Lions!
Welcome back. Rob Hipp here in the broadcast booth at Cougar Stadium in beautiful New Braunfels, Texas, in between Austin and San Antonio. Wally, 4th down and 2 for Granger. They'll go for it here from their own 39.
Nothing to lose here for the Lion offense. You got to take some chances now. The uphill battle is there, and they got to keep fighting.
Rhodes in the gun. Actually, they'll wildcat it over into the hands of Vrana, and Vrana's got enough for the first down as he guts his way to the left side across the 50 and into Fall City territory at the 47.
Demetrius Ellis and J.D. Sartwell combine on the tackle, but a great play there. You got about 5 or 6 blockers coming around the left side leading Vrana, and he did a great job following him, gets free for the first down and into Beaver territory.
Granger has the ball, trailing 8-55, 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. And you got to wonder here if they'll try to get a playoff or let this clock run out. They quickly run to the line. The ball on the Fall City 47. Rhodes in the gun. He'll get the snap off and hands off to Vrana. Vrana here trying to track his way back, and he'll be stopped for a loss back near the 50-yard line. As time expires, fourth quarter coming up. Second down coming up for the Granger Lions, trailing 8-55. We'll step aside and take a quick break. This is the SHNSports.com broadcast network.
Precision Ag Repair and owners Tommy Filla and Steve Vrabel wish the Granger Lions good luck in the playoffs. They have done multiple jobs for us and do an awesome job for a fair price. Highly recommend. They have worked on several of my tractors. They are a superior tractor mechanic and are honest and reasonable. Precision Ag is the go-to place for tractor repairs in Central Texas. I do recommend. I trust their work. These are just a few online reviews about Precision Ag in Granger. When you need repairs on all makes and models of tractors and farm equipment, Precision Ag Repair can help. Visit them in Granger at 208 West Davila Street or search on Facebook Precision Ag Repair. Go Lions!
Welcome back to the broadcast booth. Fourth quarter action about to get underway. Second down and 13 for the Lions as they now move on the change of the quarter from left to right. The ball right near midfield on their own 49-yard line after the loss moments ago by Vrana. The Lions trail 8-55. Thanks for joining us here on SHN Sports. Rhodes in the gun, a back to either side. He'll step back, good protection. Heaves this one out center field. This one is up and is caught. Oh, my goodness. Around the 25-yard line, extending his hands is Nathan Flores. And a little bit of life here for the Lions of Granger, Texas.
What a great pass and catch. And it looked like Flores didn't see the ball. The way he looked at it and looked away and kept running, and all of a sudden the hands come up, and the ball hits precisely in the hands of Nathan Flores. A great catch, and he holds on to it through contact and to the ground.
Great grab by Flores in between the hash marks. The ball resting just shy of the red zone at the 21-yard line. The Lions 1st and 10. Moving from left to right. Rhodes in the gun, a back to either side. 2 receivers to the right. The snap, the handoff over to that right side, and oh man, drilled for a loss on the play. The running back there, Donnie Cantwell, I believe. And was that Cantwell? He got slammed down, it was, and he got slammed hard. And
Kevin Yendrich came up quickly from the linebacker slot, cut down through that hole and laid out Cantwell. What a great play there by their leading tackler, Kevin Yendrich.
Yendrich brought a little rish of his own on that play, and Rhodes will get the call from the sidelines, heads back into the huddle with 10:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Lions trail 8-55, 2nd and 10 after no gain on the right hash mark from the Falls City 21. Rhodes in the gun, quick pass, it's dropped incomplete there on the right side to Travis Miller, the senior. Coming up 3rd down.
That nice pass from Rhodes that Flores caught. Didn't even think about it, Rob. Right into the stiff southern wind, and he hung it up there beautifully right into the path of Flores. So a good job wondering how this wind's going to affect him, having to open it up as much as possible here in the fourth quarter.
DJ McClelland heading back into the huddle now from the sidelines. Still not sure why that clock is running after the incomplete pass, Wally. I guess they're just going to run the clock here, but that's the way it goes. 55-8, 3rd and 10. Lions trail from the 21 under center on the sweep to the left side. It's Reyna. Reyna trying to dodge through defenders, and not much on it there as Reyna, a lot of heart on that play, maybe picks up 3 or 4, brings up 4th down and long here for Granger inside the red zone. The official spot at the 18-yard line. That'll make it 4th and 7. The Lions obviously will go for it.
Looked like he tried to cut back, but someone had a hold of one of his legs, and Reyna just couldn't get away, trying to get some more yards, and just to no avail. As the Beaver defensive linebacker there got his hold of him and wasn't letting go.
Entering the game, Travis Miller and Carlos Garza, DJ McClellan, and Donnie Cantwell back over to the sideline. On a 4th and 7, trips down to the right, one lone Lion to the left. Rhodes will roll to the right. Looking to pass, throws this one, end zone up, and it is bobbled and almost intercepted and incomplete. Turnover on downs for the Lions. Good effort, but wasn't there.
Looked like Tanner Solis had a chance to pick it up there in the end zone, but bats it down. So the Beavers, instead of having the touchback or the ball about the 1 or 2 yard line, will start off with the ball about their 18.
Falls City moving from right to left with the commanding 55-8 lead. 8:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, thanks for joining us, and all of those friends and family back at home in Granger, Texas. We appreciate you joining us. It's been a joy and an honor to cover these 3 playoff games here on SHN. We always love the Granger community. And those at Falls City listening in, we appreciate you joining us tonight. From the 18-yard line, Falls City will hand off. Not much on it. Maybe a gain of 1. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
Luis Reyna making a nice penetration there through the line. Jumping on top of Cole Thomas and riding him down after just a 1-yard gain. And now one of the Granger Lions down on the far side of the field, Rob, about the 24.
There's an injured Granger Lion player. We'll step aside and take a break. 55-8, Falls City has the ball, 2nd and 9. When we come back, this is the SHNSports.com broadcast network.
Repa Plumbing and AC proudly supports the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. Since 1964, for your plumbing and AC needs, Repa Plumbing and AC is your go-to service company. Located in Granger, Repa Plumbing and AC services Williamson and surrounding counties. Drop by their showroom at 105 North Granger Street in Granger, or give them a call at 512-859-2581. Repa Plumbing and AC, your go-to service company since 1964. The Granger National Bank has served Granger and the surrounding area since 1920. Granger National Bank is a full-service bank committed to customer service and community needs. We are dedicated to providing a safe environment for our depositors' funds and making sound lending and investment decisions. We are native to the area, and we are pleased to know our customers personally. Granger National Bank welcomes all of your banking needs, and we are confident that you'll receive nothing less than professional, friendly, and courteous service from our staff. Go Lions! Granger National Bank, member FDIC. Granger Feed and Supply is proud to support the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. Here's a comment from a customer. The caring and dedicated staff at Granger Feed are wonderful. They take the time to share their knowledge and do whatever research needed to help us with our rescue horses to ensure we get them rehabbed and in the best health possible. They are there with support and encouraging words from my daughters training these horses. They aren't just a feed store, they are a family making a difference in our community. For all of your feed and supply needs, visit Granger Feed and Supply, located at 211 West Davila in Granger.
Welcome back live from New Braunfels, Texas, here at Cougar Stadium. Rob Hipp alongside Wally Harmon. That injured player on the field able to walk off. It took some time, but Carlos Reyna luckily able to get up there, and he's walking under his own power. That young man has had a hard-fought afternoon. He has had a phenomenal season, just came up against a brick wall against this Falls City Beaver team.
One of the big players that the Lions will miss sorely next year. Young man coming up behind him that will be able to fill his shoes, but a big player on this team.
2nd and 9 for Falls City, leading 55-8 from the 19. Handoff, spinning around. It's Darren Lopez, and Lopez has enough for a Beaver first down up to the 33-yard line.
Did a good job of following his blocker there. Grant Yendrish coming around the left side here, and Darren Lopez wasted no time of following him for the opening and then cutting it up the field for the first down.
Again, first down and 10 from the 32 for Falls City. 7:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Wally and I both want to thank everybody for joining us on the Granger side as well as Falls City tonight. It's been a privilege to bring you this 2A regional matchup here in the third round. In the gun, handoff over to the right side. It is Cole Thomas. Cole Thomas finds the angle, angling his way near the 50-yard line, and finally traced out of bounds on the play, but not before a first down. It was the junior Andrew Romero pushing him out of bounds.
What a great play there by Cole Smith, the young running back in, filling that slot there for Lissy here in the second half. And, man, he showed his speed as he got around the outside, got it outside the far side numbers and up that sideline before the Lions could get him out of bounds.
Well, Falls City commanding here 55-8 with 6:44 to go. Now in Granger Lion territory on the 47-yard line. First down and 10. The sweep to the right side. It's Darren Lopez, and Lopez finds another gap on that right hash mark. It's a first down all the way down to the 34-yard line of the Granger Lions.
Finally takes a big hit there by Wyatt Bolding. Bolding on the near side over here on the defensive back. Finally gets to the middle of the field and puts a good hit on Lopez to bring him down.
Nathan Flores into the game as he came off the sidelines for the Granger Lions. 6:05 and ticking here in the fourth quarter. Falls City 55, Granger 8. Their lone score was that 40-yard run earlier in this quarter by Donnie Cantwell. On a 1st and 10 from the 34, another handoff, Cole Thomas. This time, Thomas only a gain of 2. Great job by that Granger Lion defense coming back from the secondary, DJ McClelland and company.
McClelland making a great path there. He wasted no time getting up to Cole Thomas, not letting him get any more yards. Drags him down for just a 3-yard gain.
Well, if you're on the YouTube stream tonight, if you're hearing this, you are on the YouTube stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You can stay up to date with the latest here on SHN Sports as we cover quite a few high schools and colleges here in the Central Texas and now national area. 2nd down and 7 from the Lion 32. Again, on the left side, darting through defenders is Lopez, and Lopez inside the red zone down to the Granger 19-yard line. First down.
Looked like number 8. I guess it's Wyatt Bolding. He took a dive at Lopez, but Lopez did a great job of dodging that tackle and getting a few more yards, picking up another first down. You love to see this effort by Wyatt Bolding, though. He's played hard on the offensive side of the ball, and especially here on the defensive side tonight.
Dwayne Gaeta, Andrew Romero, 2 of 4 big men up front on that defensive line for Granger, who has played so well this season. First down and 10 from inside the red zone for Fall City at the 19, leading 55-8 with 4:28 to go. Another handoff to Cole Thomas, and this time Thomas, maybe a gain of 1 up the left hash mark, brings up second down and a long 9.
Big hit by Dwayne Gaeta. You mentioned his name, and boy, he showed up and performed there. Cole Thomas had no room to work, and Gaeta made sure he went backwards, and he went down for no gain. Great stop by Dwayne Gaeta.
Yep, they moved it back. They didn't give him the progress. No gain. 2nd and 10. Ball remains on the 19 on the left hash mark. 3:57 and ticking here in the fourth quarter. Fall City leading 55-8. Under center is Molina, who's been the quarterback here for most of this fourth quarter and second half. Handoff to Lopez, and not much on it for Lopez there. They'll give him the progress of 2 yards, brings up third down and a long 8.
3 Lion defenders led by Carlos Garza there on the tackle, doing a good job at keeping Lopez contained so he couldn't get to the outside, utilizing that speed.
3:25 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Fall City with a commanding 55-8 lead. They'll send one receiver wide to the right. It's Tanner Solis, the junior. Nobody to the left. Sweep back over to Darren Lopez. Lopez still on his feet as he got tripped up but turned something into nothing inside the 10-yard line down to the 7. It's first down and goal for Fall City.
McClellan got a hand on him at the 14, able to trip him up, but only after about 6 more yards. It's crazy to watch Lopez break free of that tackle that just lost his balance, getting it down to the 8 or 7-yard line. But just the difference in a missed little tackle there, 7-yard gain, gets it to the first down.
2:43 and ticking, fourth quarter, first and goal from the 7. And this time the Lions stop him in the backfield at the 10-yard line. Nowhere to go on that play for Alicia Ermis, the freshman. And Ellie Ermis had nowhere to go. Give credit to the Granger front line there on the defensive side.
It looked like Andrew Romero shot through, and as soon as the ball got handed off, he's making contact. What a good play there. Close to knocking that ball out of the hands of the running back.
Hunter Crawford, we're seeing a lot of freshmen now. Crawford, the quarterback. He'll get the snap over to the right side. Crawford lowers his left shoulder. Not much room for Crawford. Maybe a gain of 1 on the right side. Brings up third down and goal from the 8. Well, they'll keep him on the 9, it looks like.
And a good job there by Carlos Reyna back in the ballgame after he was down earlier, injured. Back in, makes the tackle there on the far sideline.
Crawford will remain the quarterback, getting some playing time here, the freshman. They do move the ball up to the 8-yard line. A flashing light or something over there to the left. Third and goal from the 8. Handoff in the backfield. It's Ellie Ermis. And Ermis maybe a gain of 1. Elisha Ermis brings up fourth down and goal from the 7.
Stack of Lions there to be led by Carlos Garza and Dwayne Gaeta again, not giving any room for the running back to work. Doing a good job of keeping him contained and letting the defensive linemen and the linebackers pile in and bring it down.
1 minute and ticking here in this 2A regional playoff matchup as Fall City will take the victory. Still got a couple of snaps here. Granger. The clock down to 52 seconds. A timeout on the field is called. And we will step aside for a quick break. 55-8, fourth down coming up for the Granger Lion defense. We'll take a break. This is the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Orton.
Orton Custom proudly supports the Granger Lions on SHN Sports. We are Orton Custom. With over 10 years of experience in the custom carpentry trade, we provide true craftsmanship for residential and commercial customers. If you're in need of something crafted through pure passion and artisanship, then look no further. We are Orton Custom, and we're here to create heirlooms. Visit Orton Custom online at ortoncustom.com. That's ORTON custom.com. Go Lions!
On a 4th down and goal from the 8-yard line, the Granger Lions have the stop. They'll get the ball back, 45 seconds to go, trailing 8-55. We'll see if they try to put together a drive here in the final 45 seconds of this ball game.
Elisha Ermis got the handoff, but Bruce Lay had none of that going. He came through, took Ermis in his grasp, and made sure he did not get any more yards, drops him at the 7. And the Lion offense gets to take over one more time here, but Bruce Lay, the senior defensive lineman, just a finishing tackle there, ending his great senior season here for the Lions.
As Rhodes will line up under center, takes the handoff over to the right side, and the turf monster got his running back, Carlos Reyna. It is good to see Reyna out there after that injury a little bit earlier. 34 seconds and ticking here on the season for the Granger Lions. Wally, what a season for Granger. We'll talk more about it, of course, in a quick post-game wrap-up. So proud of these kids. You got to give your hats off to Fall City, though. They came in here today as the #1 team in the state. A lot of folks said, well, this Fall City team, not really that tough. But when you look at the stat line, they are extremely tough. Don't count these guys out. They were in the state championship and won it back in 2010, and they could be on their way again here. Another handoff, and that will do it as the clock runs down. 55-8, your final score here from Cougar Stadium. The season comes to an end for your Granger Lions. Fall City will move on and play Bremen. We'll step aside. We'll break this one down. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. Welcome back here from Cougar Stadium. Rob Hipp alongside Wally Harmon as we quickly wrap up this ball game. 55-8, your final score. Wally, a tough night tonight. If you're a Granger Lion fan, your hearts have to go out to these kids. They played a phenomenal season after, I said it and we talked about it so many times, that this Granger Lion team, a lot of folks wrote him off early in the season. And as he's done in his 3rd year, Coach Walt Brock brings them back. This team played their life out here, getting some very important wins towards the end of the season versus Bartlett, and then at Chilton they started the by-district with that victory at Snook. Bruni they just completely dismantled down in Pearsall, but tonight it was the other way around as the #1 team in the state, Fall City in 2A, hand it to the Lions 55-8, but a great season for Granger. They're down there right now around the 35-yard line, huddled up with their team as Fall City is in front of their fans and the school song playing. But, Wally, you got to see 2 of these games in the postseason. A great community, a wonderful group of kids.
I tell you what, an impressive team, Rob. You've got 10 seniors, I believe, leaving the team. You're only going to have 6 seniors next year. A lot of underclassmen coming back. This Granger team has a lot of potential in the next couple of years for Coach Brock to just make more and more waves in this area. You've got to love the effort and the contribution by some of these young players. You got to love it. And then some of the leaders coming back. The quarterback, Thomas Rhodes, will be a senior. Dwayne Gaten, leading that defensive line, will be a senior. So you've got youth and you've got some senior leadership coming back. But this senior class gave it all they had. And what a leadership they showed. Like you said, they were written off. There wasn't an expectation for them, and they battled to second place in their own district, losing their only district game to the district champions, Bremen Tigers, who will play this Fall City team next week. And so love the effort. I've enjoyed being a part of this Granger playoff run. And what a community to be a part of. They need to be proud of these young men and what they've done representing this town.
Well, a good job by the Granger Lions back in that 3rd quarter. The lone score coming on a 40-yard run. It was a handoff into the backfield. Donnie Cantwell, the sophomore, found a little bit of life there for the Granger Lions. They found some momentum. They kicked an onside kick. They got the ball back. They were really down at this point, but still a lot of life. They didn't give up, and that's the thing. They were just simply outplayed. There's no other way around it, and your hats have to go off. We don't want to take anything away from Falls City. Brady Lissy was simply unstoppable, the senior having a senior night tonight as he was dominating. I would estimate that he was over 200 yards on the field running. We don't have official stats up here, unfortunately, for this ball game. And then Grant Yendrush as well. It was really that dynamic duo of Lissy and Gendrus. And then towards the end of the game, Darren Lopez, the junior for Falls City, finding some life as well, Wally.
And you think of those numbers that we were estimating that Lissy had, and he didn't touch the ball in the second half. The only time I saw him on the field in the second half is when he punted the one time that Falls City punted the ball away from the north end to the south back to Granger. And Lissy performed in that first half. And I tell you what, if this offensive line and defensive line continues to dominate the line of scrimmage for this Falls City team, I'm not sure there's going to be any team that can stop them. A very dominant performance at both sides of the ball at the line to control the line of scrimmage, and that's hard to beat.
Well, again, we want to thank Cole Thomas's father, David Thomas, for helping us before the game, and all of the Falls City fans that we talked to. As always, before we end every final broadcast of the season, we want to make sure that we acknowledge the outgoing seniors for Granger this season. A special shout-out to those seniors: Carlos Reyna, Travis Miller, Jacob Klaus, Wyatt Bolding, Nathan Flores, Carlos Garza, Kyle Schmidt, as well as Jake Kamenkow, Bruce Lay, and last but certainly not least, Ryan Gaswint. Young men, hold your heads high. The best is yet to come. This is just one step, and it's a heartbreaking step, but it is a step forward as you continue in your collegiate careers coming up. And a lot of these kids, the last time that they'll play football on a field tonight, but as I always say, the best is yet to come for these young men, and just a phenomenal group of seniors. We're going to miss them, Wally.
And one thing, Rob, not one of those seniors did we not mention during the play of the game tonight. The seniors led this team. They were the face of this team, and they just are leaving a legacy behind them for these other young men coming up behind them. But a great job by this senior class. Go and enjoy it. As I've had a son now going to college this year and just seeing life become new again for him. These guys have the best in front of them, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Well, I want to especially acknowledge Travis Sessoms for getting us connected to the Granger community last year in the playoffs. We couldn't be here without Travis. He was an integral part of our success here as far as the broadcasting goes and helping us to get sponsors. You know, we can't do this for free because we have to go out and of course, pay staff. We have internet costs, travel costs. And it takes the community in order for us to be able to provide it for free. And we're able to do that thanks to guys like Travis Sessoms who got us connected to the community. So, Travis, if you're out there listening tonight, we love you, buddy. We appreciate all that you do. I also want to take one final time to acknowledge all of our sponsors this season here for the Granger Lions in this playoff run. Georgetown Jewelry, our presenting sponsor here of Granger Lion football. We also want to thank the Oak Ridge Disciple House and Joshua Harris. We appreciate all that you do. Big B's Meat Market. Thank you to Elliot Bohuslav. Appreciate you so much, Elliot. Elliot came on board for every game from the moment we announced it at Snook. Thank you so much, Elliot. Want to thank Kari, Faught, Wilkie over at Longhorn Title Company, Mike Vrana at the Granger Pit Stop, and also the Patschke family at Patschke and Patschke Real Estate, and Gina Kim at Gina's Kwik Pantry. Thank you so much, Gina. Gina was a hard sell, but she said after I started naming some folks in town, Gina said, okay, I'll do it. And so, Gina, you do so much for the community and for these kids. Thank you so much, Gina, for your sponsorship in this one. We also want to thank Precision Ag Repair. Appreciate Tommy and Steve. You guys are unbelievable in what you do and your work. Thank you for your support. Also, Gilbert Repa Plumbing, with Repa Plumbing, and also Britni Nunn, who works there. We appreciate you guys so much. Repa Plumbing and AC. Granger National Bank. I met Liz there, another awesome young lady in the Granger community supporting us. And you know, Wally, I'm going to say this. We love all of our sponsors, but especially the small town sponsors. And going into a Granger National Bank, a member FDIC, wonderful folks there at that bank. And I may need to go down there and open up an account, Wally. We'll see what happens. Actually, I won't have anything to put in it right now. I'll have to wait till I get a full-time job, possibly. We want to thank Granger Feed Supply as well. Sandy, we appreciate you and your husband, Clement. And then last but certainly not least, our good friend, Billy Orton with Orton Custom. Couldn't do it without all those sponsors. I wanted to make sure that I personally said a thank you to those guys. Wally, final thoughts on this one and wrapping up the season?
You know what? The joy was all mine being a part of this. Gerald during the regular season, and blessed to call Granger during the playoffs, and just super impressed. Coach Brock, man, what a program he's built here at Granger. Love to watch it as it grows. Some young men coming up. key components of this team. They're youngsters that are going to be an integral role next year. And so I just thanks for the opportunity, Rob, to call this here on SHN Sports and for the Granger community welcoming us and helping sponsor it so we can bring the spotlight to these kids in this community. And what a wonderful part to be a part of.
Well, for one final time tonight, he's Wally Harmon, Nathan Height here, our producer. We also want to thank, last but certainly not least, Coach Walt Brock for providing us so much information. We appreciate Coach Brock. And then on the other side of the field, Falls City, thank you to Coach Britt Hart as well. These are two great men in their respective communities. We appreciate you and all of the Granger community as well. Thank you for making everything that we do possible here on SHN Sports.
And you think the matchup next week, though, Rob, it's going to be fun to watch. Falls City goes in 12-1 against the Bremen Tigers 12-1. That battle right there is there's been some upsets in high school football this weekend. Number one team, Wall Falls. And so it's going to be interesting to watch. These two teams right here, Bremen and Falls City, you may have a state champion come out of that ball game next week.
We'll see what happens. Falls City trying to go for their second one, their last one back in 2010. They've been there twice. They'll try to do it again here this season. Of course, they were there last year. They lost that ball game, though. Wally, appreciate you. Fun night, tough night, but a fun night here in the booth.
Enjoyed it.
We love the Granger community. Thank you again for your support. One final time, your final tonight, Falls City falls. Granger falls to Falls City 55-8. Keep up to date with everything here on SHN Sports by following us on Twitter and liking us on Facebook at SHN Sports. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. I'm Rob Hipp, again, Wally Harmon, Nathan Height producing. We also want to thank Scotty Martin as well for heading down to Pearsall last week. Reminding you tonight, friends, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. Good night. And God bless from New Braunfels, Texas, here at Cougar Stadium.